Hey guys, just hang tight. We just got everything set up. We're doing quick. We're making sure everyone goes to the bathroom before we start this car ride. We're getting everything situated, so just bear with us. I understand you guys are waiting patiently for this collab and this wait to happen. So give it just a couple more minutes. The intro music's gonna crack, and we'll get this going. All right, just give us a few more moments.
You don't have to wait too long. I'll just piss my pants.
That works too. We'll be right back.
See you.
Like Pinocchio, like, oh boy. Like that one from Geico. Oh boy.
3, 2. Hey everyone,
Hey.
Bangin Beers podcast. You've been waiting for it. Here it is. We are with the It's Just
I have
Beer
been- I've been
podcast, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Are we flexing?
Hello. I didn't know what else to do. It just seemed like the right thing to do.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
That's real cool.
So tonight we are going to do our typical Bangin' Beers episode.
Yes.
We have supplied the beers for you, gentlemen. We brought
Exciting.
what
Yeah,
we
serve
feel are
us.
our favorite breweries in Pennsylvania. Some of them are brand new upcomers. Some of them have been in the area for a while.
Nice.
So feel free to be honest with these reviews. You know what I mean?
Like,
We'll be honest, bro.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, like, listen, I'm not gonna tell you how to review beers. Do what you do. Do what you do.
Yeah.
If you guys are listening, please check out all the links below. We tagged their Instagram and where you can find them on Anchor. The Anchor will take you to anywhere else they are, Spotify, all that fun stuff. You can listen to their content. Like I said, give them a follow on Instagram. And then tomorrow night we're gonna be recording an episode with you guys, so you can hear us on their show.
yay.
You know.
It's super exciting.
I'm pumped. And also the links below, you can check out our merch page and everywhere you can find us on social media. We are on the quest right now for 1,000 people on Instagram. So if you guys can head over to Instagram, show us that love, that'd be
That's
fantastic.
right.
That'll
Like,
be really
follow,
great.
smash that subscribe button on YouTube.
Yeah, we're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch right now.
Man,
Right now?
if I
Right
can,
now.
can I just finally say it, because I know it's a line that you love, but like that kind of makes my dick hard.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, you know.
We're excited.
We got it.
It's very nice. There
So
you go.
let's start with the head of table. Circle around. Give your names and.
So I am lovingly known as Uncle Dan, mainly because there's two Dans in our
Whoa,
podcast.
Lovingly? Calm down.
First of all,
Did you pick your own nickname or did you just?
no. As Uncle of the World, I have certain privileges, as we can see here, and everybody's
It's
technically.
less Josh and I.
Yeah. Everybody's technically my nephew and niece.
Okay.
So it's not easy. I didn't ask for this, but
Well, I have a
Here I
cousin
am.
Dave, so I have an Uncle Dan and a cousin Dave. So we have a friend who's cousin Dave, and everyone calls
Yeah.
him. Everyone all around the world calls him cousin Dave.
so perfect. So
Yes.
you understand.
I
the
understand.
concept of Uncle Dan.
Yes.
Yeah, I think because you guys are gonna get a taste of it soon. Like I'm very uncly. You know, I'm just like I'm not your dad, but
Very creepy. He'll touch you when you don't want him to.
but you like it.
Sometimes
at the end.
sometimes uncles are weird. You know.
Yeah. No, but like you
That's
know,
what the beer's for.
I'd like to say
Gives you a
I'm-
weird gift on your birthday every 3 years when he remembers, maybe.
Wait, what?
That's a weird uncle thing to do. It's like, oh, sometimes he remembers your birthday.
Oh
he
yeah,
gets you
yeah,
a gift.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And then it knocks it out of the park. But then the next 5 years, like,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't want anything to
It's like
do
you're
with it.
17, get a job, kid.
But yeah, you know, it's just I consider myself a host of hosts. You know, you guys are at my house, and
You can't smell it obviously because you're listening through a podcast. But there's some food cooking.
You don't have smell-o-vision? You have
No.
all this fancy
We're
shit?
trying.
Like,
Well, listen, we've
That's
have a
the
lot
next
of good
upgrade.
equipment.
Hey,
We're gonna
man.
add smell-o-vision next.
Yeah. Hey, we're
Yeah,
working
alright,
for that.
But
man.
the
We're
macaroni
working
and
for
cheese smells unbelievable.
oh, the
it-
trailer park surprise
It's
is
Trailer
going
Park
to
Surprise.
knock your socks off, my dog.
I'm excited.
It'll make you put in
Awesome.
your Kid Rock.
As
CD.
Joey
Don't
Diaz
worry.
says, tremendous. It's tremendous, cocksucker.
Tremendous dog.
So
Alright. Next on the table.
Young Joshua.
Kind, Joshua.
That's all I got. I don't have some story.
So Josh is a brewer at Keegan Ales.
Thank you. I was gonna I was hoping he would do that, but that's why Uncle Dan keeps us on track.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you.
Thank you.
I just had my first
appreciate it.
Keegan Eagles beer. I had fun,
Fun. Yeah.
and it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We canned it yesterday, so it's super fresh and super good.
Super fresh. super
Cool.
Super.
Yeah.
Good.
It's like he's never done a podcast before.
Yeah.
Look at him, he's so nervous.
I know.
We're rusty. We're
No,
rusty.
no,
It's been a little bit.
It's like your first date.
Yeah, kind of. Never mind. I can't really speak on it. So
All right.
We'll pass off to.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'm the other Dan,
Mr. Buyer.
Mr. Buyer, Dan
Senior.
Buyer. Contrary, so I just listened to your guys' most recent Bangin' Beers podcast, and contrary to what you guys had to say, I'm not in marketing at Industrial Arts.
That's what Ben said.
Yes.
Yes.
Oops.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. I didn't expect you to know. I essentially just drive around and drop off beer.
Well,
I'm a distributor.
Where we picked up our beer, some of the beers for today's episode in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Industrial Arts had like a nice 8 beer selection in their freezer.
Yeah.
Nice.
In the cold section.
That's awesome.
As well
Oh,
as
yeah.
Sloop had 2 in there. So
Yeah.
it was nice to
Cool,
walk in and
cool.
be like, oh, there's our Sloop. And then we went to the end of the aisle, we're like, there's Industrial Arts.
Shout out to our boy Harrison, baby boy over at Sloop.
Baby boy.
Yeah, Sloop,
Yeah.
Sloop. Everywhere I have been, where Sloop has been either on tap or being served. Like I went up to the Finger Lakes and Sloop was on tap there, and they're like, it's our top selling beer.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, no, Sloop's blown up.
Yeah,
It's
They've
been
been
like
blowing
that.
up.
It's been
Juice
like
bomb?
that for a while now.
yeah.
They,
I'm a
They
fan of
can't
it.
fucking
I don't
keep
think
it.
I've had one that I didn't
I've
enjoy.
been wanting to buy the double dry hop Down Under Bomb, which is one of my favorite beers that they do. But I don't know. Just I thought about hitting up Harris and be like, "Yo, dog, slide me a couple 4-packs." Because I'm like, come on, I shouldn't have to pay full price
I mean,
at a store. Come on,
come on. I'm in the
come
industry.
on.
Come on.
Yeah, dude, I will tell you that industry card, it works.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's a real thing.
It
So-
happens in the reptile business too sometimes.
Oh yeah, so I forgot to hit up Baby Boy about that, but anyway, so yeah, I for those of you who don't know, I work at Industrial Arts, which is brewery that we're celebrating our 4th anniversary this week
Oh
actually.
wow.
So
Shit, happy birthday.
oh yeah, thanks. We just put out our anniversary IPA called Week 208. 4 years, 208 weeks. It's a double IPA made with Galaxy and
Cascade.
not Cascade,
Citra.
not Citra.
Cryo.
Starts with an A. Not
Azaka.
Azaka, I think so. Yes.
Throw everything but the kitchen
Dude,
sink
I
on
forget.
that
I'm not a
one.
brewer. You can clearly tell I'm not a
They're,
brewer.
they're, two,
Shoehorn
they're
it.
two amazing hops. I like usually when those are
Yeah.
in beers, I'm a fan.
So we'll probably drink one of those tomorrow.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Excellent.
All right, Ben, what's our first beer of the night?
We are gonna break out
Break
Tattered
it.
Flags,
Break it.
blueberry cheesecake. You should have put them in custardy.
Oh my
All right,
Ooh.
Jesus.
I-
So,
This is a sour.
What?
oh, I thought you were gonna say
Whoa.
something.
As Ben pours it all over
No,
your
I
table.
just-
No, it's a classic fruit beer going crazy.
Yep.
All right,
Wow.
so with this
I'm gonna
beer,
grab some napkins.
this is actually a collab beer. This is made by Tattered Flag and the shirt I'm wearing currently and hat, Pillaroo Brewing Company. So we have a buddy of ours. They're two brothers, and they created with a few of their friends, Pillaroo Brewing Company. So this beer, they run a brew fest in School County, and they do a fantastic job with it. Now this beer won Beer of the Day for this brew fest.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was, and it was,
Was the Brewfest only one day?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, one day, and then when they won with this beer, they actually did a second batch, and they did a little bit of a mass canning.
Yes.
So, just
So
to give you an idea.
This
what
is
you
this
were
is
doing.
this is this beer was made, I would say probably was a year or two ago. Are you?
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it's coming up on I think the year because the Brewfest didn't happen this year. So it's
Yeah.
about a year old. So it's still a defending champ of the Brewfest because obviously with COVID it didn't happen. But I don't know how it is. I think this would be like the second batch obviously because we didn't sit on it that long.
I think
Batch
it's
one's
the,
always better.
I think
Yeah.
it's the third
Every
batch
time.
that they
I
made.
beat you to it.
Always.
So this you should put them in custardy is a fruited sour clocking in at 7% alcohol by volume. Blueberries, lactose, vanilla, and graham crackers make this blueberry custard beer creamy and refreshing. There
Man,
you
you
go.
couldn't give us a chance to guess what was in it. Damn. It's all right.
I like
Hey,
it.
no,
When,
I was
I honestly, I like it when you read to me. It's nice.
Yeah.
I will
It's
say
comforting.
that
Somebody
this is,
appreciates my work. You know.
reminiscent of some of the Wellworks beers that we've had. I think.
Yeah.
With the graham cracker.
Yeah,
flavor.
absolutely. Which are some of my favorite beers of all time, like key lime pie Berliner from Wellworks, fucking knocks my socks off. And this is really fucking good.
Tits up, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, tits up, dicks down.
I was really worried I was going to hate it because it just had that like sour IPA smell to it. And if you ever listen to our podcast or even these guys when we talk about them, it's just like I fucking hate sours. I can't stand them.
Yeah.
But
This isn't overpowering.
let me tell you,
Yo.
it gets better as it lingers in your mouth.
Yeah,
and then
definitely.
it literally goes from like that. It has that sour blueberry taste, like really tart, and then all of a sudden it's just like, yo, what's up, dog? You like cheesecake? Because it tastes just like cheesecake.
And then the graham cracker hits you a little bit.
I feel like the graham cracker's there in the transition from the blueberry to the cheesecake, and
Yep.
it's just like it is very reminiscent of like the key lime pie from Weldworks.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm surprised that I enjoy it.
Who made this?
This is
Tattered
Tattered Flag.
Flag.
They're established. Tattered
All right.
Flag was just on Joe Rogan's podcast. He talked about a brewery that also makes. They have a distillery, and he had their bottle on the podcast. Tattered
Oh, no
Flag,
shit.
and Pillaroo. They are still they're in the process of getting a building and opening up their own brewery in downtown Pottsville. So they're still like very, very fresh, but they started off as running brew fests and music festivals, and now they're in the beer game. They've made great connections, and they do a lot of collaborations.
And now it's cheesecake.
Well,
again.
Yeah.
As the
like the
first beer
life
I've
ball.
ever had from them, some pretty big shoes to fill.
yeah, that's
damn.
you guys are starting off on a very strong foot.
I was looking into it. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna get you in that.
Damn. So
Yeah.
so we get to do our like Untapped rating, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
Oh,
is
holy
right.
shit.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. I like this because we don't do that on the podcast. We do the ABV game, and
It's like, ooh, fun new format.
yeah, I know. It's like it's so new.
Yeah,
It's
go
like
for it.
fun being a new kid, Well, who wants to start?
You can start.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
you
then we'll go
for it.
backwards next time.
Oh, all right, sure. Now I got to think. Fuck. If I had to, this style of beer is not my preferred style. I'm gonna come out and say that right now, but I'm not gonna be a douche and be like, it's not my preferred style. So bro,
You just did
like,
though.
I'm gonna give it like a 1.5. No, I can appreciate this very much.
Actually, real quick, I do have to make a quick change here. This is not the collaboration with Pillar.
Oh, this is just
So the one that
Straight
was
up.
the other one was the blueberry, I believe, graham cracker. This is the cheesecake, which is different.
Oh well, now I
Blueberry
hate it.
cheesecake.
Fuck.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't like it
Well,
anymore.
that's going to knock you off.
Yeah, man.
1.25
Yep.
from what I was going to
Yep,
say.
for sure.
Yep.
But I mean, pretty much not my preferred style. Still really good. People who are into this kind of thing are going to lose their minds. I feel like it's good. For me, what I would give it, I have to think because we're at a 5, and it's just like
quarter increments.
for me, I'm going to give you 2. All right. Mine would be like a 2.75.
Okay.
But what I feel like if I was giving it like an honest untapped, I'd probably give it like a 3.75, close to a 4.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because like I can understand, I can taste all the things that are listed on the can.
Yes.
That's a big plus.
So I like what you did there. So there is I like so we do that too. Like there's a taster score in my opinion. There's a full can There's a full can score because there's something you can like in a taster and appreciate what their brewery's trying to do. And then there's like this is not my style, and if I had a full can of this would be a different score for me. So if I had a taster, so I score everything by taster. So if like I said, a stout, I'm not a stout fan, but if they tell me it tastes like this, and this, and I get a little bit of it, I can appreciate what they're trying to do, even if it's not my style. So I do like how you said normally on your scale it'd be that, but on tap score about what they're trying to present, you have the other.
Yeah, I definitely would have to give this 3.75 or a 4. You get all the layers. I would sit down, even though it's not my preferred style. I would definitely drink a pint of this.
Yes.
I don't think I'd want a second one. And that's not a bad thing, me saying that. But I would be very happy having 16 ounces, 500 milliliters for all of our Canadian friends and European friends, and pretty much everybody who doesn't live in the States. And that's where I put my foot down.
I like it.
All right.
Josh.
Okay. So the big thing for me is like what you were saying. When you tell me you put something in it and I get all of it, that's what really shines to me. And then drinkability, I feel like I down that. I feel like I could drink. Jesus Christ.
That's
I just want to share the live feed. That's all I'm doing.
I feel like I could drink all of that.
Yeah.
However much you give me of that.
When I had this the first time it came out, I drank a lot of it. A lot.
Yeah. It doesn't piss me off, though, necessarily, like in a good way.
So if a beer pisses Josh off, that means it's good.
Really?
Yeah. I kind of want to say 3.75, but that's what he said, and it's not really what his style is. I kind of lean more towards like a 4. I'm going to go with a 4.
All right.
Cool.
Nice even 4.
I think it's solid.
Thanks.
All right, so I really like this one. I haven't had too many cheesecake-inspired beers.
There should be more.
There should be
It
more.
does taste like cheesecake, though.
It does. It does. So as you guys are saying, it's always nice when a beer like nails the concept. It's like they advertise it a certain way, and you go, "Okay, I see what they were going for." I generally am more into sours, maybe not as much as Josh, but certainly more than you, Dan.
For sure.
I don't drink a ton in the sitting just because, like, you don't want, more than like a can or two. Because, like, at least for me, like, I end up getting acid reflux and need Tums after a while.
Oh, for
yeah.
sure. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The acidity is
But
crazy.
the acidity is not crazy on this one. I don't think this quite reaches the level of like the crunchy series from Other Half or the Berliner, the Key Lime Pie Berliner style ones from Wellworks, but it's close.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I'm not going to be different. I'm actually going to kind of go in line with you guys. I was thinking of 4.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I gave this a 4.25. I agree with everything you guys said. Now, one of the things that this reason why we brought this one up from Tattered Flag is there's a few breweries in our area. We didn't get a chance to bring them all, but like when we think sours, when I first got introduced to sours, it was all Other Half Hudson Valley. So when we think sours, it's you're like you're this way. Like it's a New York. I think New York kills it with sours. I think a lot of the PA breweries have really stepped it up. So for a while, I was just conditioned from Ben, just from Other Half and other half and Hudson Valley when it comes to sours. But like this is one on the list for like a PA beer. I was like, man, I thought they did a really good job with this one.
Yeah, they really did hit a home run with that. It is a 6%. I looked up. I'm going to revise a little bit here. 6% fruited sour. Pretty much like a blueberry cheesecake. I gave it a solid 4. Everything's described as is. Really good job, Tattered Flag, with
sure.
that.
I mean, I just want to add, like, going off what he said, like, I'm going to disagree with Dan Beyer there. As somebody who isn't a big sour guy, for me, like, this beer, it's, like, right there with, like, all the Weldberg stuff that we've had. Like, I think, to my palate, it's, like, how do you make it better? I'm not really sure.
To be a little thicker.
I don't know if I want that thicker, to be
A little
honest
bit.
with you.
I think if it was a little thicker, you'd be a little bit more into it, Dan. You
don't
like them
know.
thick.
I mean, I do like them thick.
Yeah, you
but,
do.
You know, but with that flavor profile, though,
Well,
I don't know if I'd want that
We're going to
thicker.
find out.
Okay, so the second one that we're going to have is from Evergreen, and this is the Cloudy Comet. This is a double Imperial IPA, clocking in at 8.2% alcohol by volume. They're from Camp Hill, PA. They're literally a stone's throw from another brewery that we do have, which is a bottle, Mellow Mink. Double IPA with aromas of orange, peach, and passion fruit, flavors of citrus and tropical fruits with a soft, pillowy mouthfeel.
I love drinking pillows.
Cloud what?
Cloudy Comet.
Is there lactose in there? Is that
Not that
say
I'm
in the
seeing
description?
here, no.
Usually, when a brewery describes a beer as having a pillowy mouthfeel, it's usually accompanied by lactose.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now
With flaked oats.
with
That too.
with Evergreen here, Evergreen for us, I know the big rave in Pennsylvania for a while there was
Smells good.
New Trail. And they've been like hitting it out of the park. They make a lot of hazy IPAs, and everyone said like the king of the IPAs or the ales is New Trail. And for me anyway, I'm a really big fan of this brewery. I think their building is beautiful, and I think they just really make good beers. I'm a fan of what they do. They definitely have a style. Like their style goes through each beer, but it does have a unique like a taste that accompanies like it's hard to explain. Like, you know how there's a style that's there, but it's accompanied by other profiles.
Sure.
But you're still like, oh, that's made by them.
Yeah,
They
you
kinda
can
have-
You can tell when it's made by that brewery.
Yeah, they have that style that sticks around. Like you're like, oh, okay, you know you're drinking an Evergreen beer. But for me, this is a brewery that is really high on my list. I'm a really big fan of what they do over at this brewery.
Yeah.
This reminds me of that beer tree that you got the other day, the fucking grass cutter or whatever the fuck that was.
Cultivate?
Yeah.
Really?
whatever.
This reminds you of Cultivate?
Yeah, it does.
I disagree. Some aspects of it, for sure. That flaked oat, man, I'm all about that flaked oat, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let me get some more. I don't know what it does with that mouthfeel and that taste, but like, it is. Cloud Comet's a perfect name for this.
Yeah.
It's an absolutely perfect name. It's refreshing. It's what? It's 8%, 8.2.
8.2, yeah.
8 point,
Yeah.
does not drink like an 8.2.
No fucking way. This is
That's
a goddamn.
crushable.
This is a lawnmower beer. All right. This is like I'm gonna be hammered by the time I'm done mowing my lawn. It takes about 4 hours to do. I'm gonna be slammed.
Yep.
Super ham sandwich by the time I'd drink like 6 of these and I'd be like, yo, what up? And be done. I'd be done.
Yeah, they do definitely They definitely do not drink like an 8.2.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. It's not fair how light it. I'm pointing my goddamn finger at you. It's not. It's
You're
not
finger
fair.
gunning me over here.
It's not fair though, because like it's really light. And where is my opinion as this versus the Cultivate from Beer Tree? I think the Cultivate was a lot more rich and viscous in its mouthfeel.
There's a specific like malt sweetness that reminds me of the Cultivate. It's also very similar to like
My lungs wanted
Jesus.
some too.
It's also very similar to like an other half IPA.
Listen, even to have other half or beer tree in your description is already good.
I just gotta say, like, I mean, I'm gonna sound like a douchebag, but like,
You are.
Well, yeah,
I didn't know. I just keep it real, and people don't like that.
Yeah.
Dude, first of all, first 2 beers, I didn't expect this. You're coming out of the gate like a raging bull right now.
Oh, don't worry.
We're gonna suck later. No, I'm joking.
Like I'm actually.
I can't wait to have this beer you had to sign a fucking waiver for.
We did not bring that one.
We did
What?
not.
You fucking cocksuckers teasing
Yeah.
us.
we have the variation of it. We have the full version of it, but the one that
the
we had
verbal
to
contract version.
Yeah,
Like,
but
you're not gonna sue
the
us,
waiver
right?
one, we were told that because there's a guy in our area that makes hot sauce and he's really into hot stuff, so we wanted to save it for him. But we do have the variation of it. So pretty much we're bringing you the beer that it was made from, but it's made in a smaller batch, and that's why we had to sign a waiver because of what's in it.
Yeah.
Damn, that's upsetting.
Sorry.
Well, you know what? At least it won't wreck our palates now.
Yeah.
At least not as bad as I thought it would.
Absolutely.
Or die. You know what I mean? We didn't want to come here and kill you if it possibly got you
Oh,
sick.
dude, my mouth. I can't take any heat.
Yeah.
Like I literally like Frank's Red Hot to me like is hot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean
What?
like
Oh dear Lord.
oh yeah, dude.
What?
Man.
And the thing is like I like heat. Like I like hotter heat than obviously than Frank's.
Yeah.
But like when I'm in pain, I'm just like this isn't enjoyable
Mm.
anymore. I like a certain level of like hot, like Randy Marsh.
Yep.
hot. You know. I like that, but like, yeah, no, I got puss mouth, man. I can't handle it.
Same here. Yeah.
I can't
There's
handle
some
the heat.
barbecue sauces that cripple me.
Oh my God.
Wow,
What's wrong
yeah.
with you?
Well, I actually,
guys?
if you guys are interested, I do have some scorpion and ghost pepper in the grinder. If you want to try
good.
some real
I'm good.
heat.
I'm good. We have some ghost pepper coming up. but-
I might take a nip.
wanna do some
a little
lines?
nip.
Yeah, and I have some black peppercorns in there too. It's like a little mix.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So where you at, Josh? With
What?
This one? Where are we at with this one?
It's good. I like it.
Did you give your score?
Dan didn't,
yeah,
Uncle
yeah,
Dan.
yeah,
didn't
I didn't
sorry.
get a
I
score.
thought we were going to me first on this one.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh,
yeah, it's good. It gives me time to
See,
think.
we're fucking up our own
All
format.
right.
It's all right.
So, does this one have Comet hops in it? Is that why it's called Cloudy Comet? Do you know, Ben?
I mean,
You read it off. Did it say that?
Not that I. No, it didn't. From my
'Cause
understanding.
I'm getting almost tastes like Nelson hops. It's to me, it's like a dirty hop. It's like more
I don't
earthy.
get dirt on it.
I don't. I do.
I get a little earth. I get a little earth on
It-
it.
it's definitely earthy.
It does not say the hops in it.
Almost like a
No.
Simcoe, but not as earthy as Simcoe.
I definitely get one of.
Sorry.
the fuck?
I
got
definitely
sent
get
something.
one of those like more earthy hops. I get some more bitterness than I thought there would be. You know, we're looking at this beer. It looks like your typical hazy, juicy IPA, and to me, I'm not getting the citrus flavors that the look of it would make you kind of think you're going to get. I'm definitely getting more of I don't want to say piney vibe, but
It's more like a melon rind.
yeah, I can see that.
A little zest.
The Untapped
Well-
has a pineapple taste to it. That's
Yeah.
what they say in the description.
I get a little bit of the pineapple in that then too.
I can see that a little bit, but I definitely get more of an earthy flavor.
No,
I do like it though. It's quite good. I'm gonna give it 3.75. Not mad at it. I would definitely buy a 4-pack of it if I saw it kicking around somewhere, but I don't know if it's gonna be like my go-to.
yeah.
Okay.
Josh.
Yeah. It's good. It's not really different enough to me than like a bunch of IPAs that I've had recently. I'm not mad at it. If you gave it to me, I'm not going to be like, I'm not drinking that. I want to say, I'll give it 3.
3?
I think 3
That's
is fair. I think
respectable.
3 is fair.
Two. We always say 2.5 or 2.25 is the.
Yeah, 2.5.
It's like a
2.5
middle
is like the
Well, I mean,
middle of the
it's
road.
middle of the road.
Yep.
I mean, it sounds terrible, but it's like that's
Yeah.
average.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
Um,
little above average for Josh.
I would drink 2.5s all day long.
I do agree with Josh in
Yeah.
the sense that where's the difference? You know, like where
Like,
what,
where's
what-
the beef? You
what's
know?
going to set it apart? Like yeah, it's kind of like an other half IPA in a sense. I still really like it. It's very tasty.
Yeah.
I think coming out of like the richness that Poopy Pants there offered,
Yeah.
whatever it's called, the custard cream
Custard.
pie.
Yeah, definitely started off strong on that one.
Yeah, I like it. I'd give it a solid 3.5 all day.
Nice.
All day.
Ben.
Awesome. I'm giving it a 4. It's definitely a great double. I would because it's kind of tough to find a great double, and that's right up my alley. Like, it's just a great, tasty one overall. So 4 all day for me. I like Dan said, I would get a 4-pack of it. Go from there. I'd enjoy the hell out of that.
I think
I would buy it
I do
all the time
agree.
if
I do
could.
agree with a little bit of everyone's saying. How you're saying it doesn't have like that standout feeling where it does taste like what you would get from an IPA. But here's where I would say it stands out. I think for me anyway, being an 8.2 and having that smooth of a feel and that cloudiness, obviously from the name, I think that's where I think it stands out for me because it's a higher ABV. And it'll sneak on you, like you don't realize you're in. So for me, this one would be a 4.25 for me.
4.25.
Wow. Yeah,
Tony Macaroni.
I would probably try to make that an all day beer and then realize that I made a mistake.
That's what Uncle Dan does all the time.
Yeah.
My next question would be like price point. Although I feel
what-
rude asking like
What is the price point on that?
You paid.
I'm thinking that it might be either 16 or 18 bucks a 4-pack.
if it's 16,
If
that's
it-
a fucking steal.
If it's 16, that's amazing.
It's around that point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Honest-
roughly around 16, 18.
Just for the price point, and that's a really good question that you bring up because a lot of the times we don't talk about that. We don't talk about price
Yeah.
point, and price point is a big thing because a lot of these things like
Both of these were both under
under 20.
Under 20, definitely under 20.
under 20 because I think when I bought mine at Evergreen, I didn't get the same type. I got a different one. And I think with my tip, because I put like a $2 tip because
Yeah.
with COVID I try to help out as much as I can.
Yeah.
I think I could have sworn it was like 18. So I was around the
All right,
16
So
part. Yeah.
okay,
that's great.
Even at 18, that's a very acceptable price point. At that, knowing that, I would probably put it at. I would at least 3.75 now.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
listen,
Great.
if I'm going into the store and I'm just like, oh, what do I want? It's like all the same shit, whatever. And then I come across this. I know it's refreshing. I know it's a sleeper. It's 8.2, but it doesn't taste that way. I could drink it while I'm mowing the property. And it's $16.
Yeah.
Sign me the fuck up. I'm gonna buy multiple
Yeah.
4-packs.
Mhm.
Because 100%.
Yeah.
I'll say like what you were saying before is that like a beer like that's that good for 8%. I know, at least for me in my experience, for you maybe I don't know, is like finding those is not really that difficult in our area. So that's why I asked about the price point.
Yeah.
Because although we don't really have trouble finding beers like that are high ABV and super drinkable, we're fucking paying for it.
Yeah. And usually sometimes those doubles start getting to that boozy territory where they're not as smooth and they kind of have that malt or boozy taste.
I love that multi-taste.
Yeah.
Though. Oh, Uncle Dan.
Yeah, you're a 120-minute kind of guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
all day. I like to know that it's gonna kick my ass.
So I already seen what Ben pulled out here, and this is
I
not.
see we have a bottle here.
This is not a fresh beer. This has been.
This is an aged.
This is aged.
Was it supposed to be aged?
Yes.
All right then.
aged
Perfect.
bottle of Wild Elf 2018 from Troggs.
So this
Alright.
is a beer from Troggs. It's a holiday beer. Usually it comes out in the holiday.
Mad Elf or Wild Elf?
It's
Wild Elf.
This is Wild Elf. So it's the Mad Elf, but
Ooh.
it's bourbon barrel aged, right?
I
It's
forget.
barrel. It's definitely barrel aged. If it's in a cork and bottle,
Is
it's
it-
barrel
Well,
aged.
I'll cork and
Well,
cage.
Cork and cake.
This
yeah.
is an 11% American Wild Ale,
was
no
gonna say,
longer
yeah.
in production.
Wow.
So we're pulling all the stops here on Bangin Beer. So fuck yeah, right? Starting
Just
off
tooting
with
his own horn over
Man,
here.
even this label's showing its age. Which,
Yeah.
I
starting
appreciate.
starting with Mad Elf as the mother beer. Wild Elf goes through a long secondary fermentation in oak foeders, alive with our house culture. We add tart Belaton cherries from nearby Peter's orchard and the wild yeast and bacteria that hitchhike into this on the skins
Nice.
of the cherries and add layers of lemon and white peppercorn among the vanilla and oak. 772 people. So yeah.
So people buy cases of the regular Mad Elf, and they will basement it for like a year or two, and then drink it. So this is already, I believe, aged, and then
2018,
and then-
so 2020, so 2
and then
years.
we sat on it. So this is now in our area, obviously, where we are in Pennsylvania. I don't know how this is aged, so don't judge it if it's terrible. So in our area, the godfather of beer is Yingling, obviously the oldest brewery in America and the oldest craft brewery. But when it comes to, I would say like right under them, when it comes to like who the top dog in Pennsylvania is in our area, is Troggs. And not only what we've come to learn doing this podcast, when we go to talk to other breweries and talk to people, Troggs is one of the most helpful breweries in the area. So
So they're good guys.
100%.
Good guy, good guy
So
breweries.
they
good
have
guy.
they have a huge production. They have the highest quality labs in our area. And if you're a brand new brewery starting off in the area and you go to meet them, they'll be like, "Oh, you're just starting off?" They're like, "Yeah, what you want a pallet of this? Do you want a pallet of that?" And they'll be like, "What's your address?" And they'll send you
Nice.
materials. They'll be like, "If you need to come test your beers, our lab's always open." So even though they're so high up there and they're considered the top of the echelon when it comes to Pennsylvania breweries, like
They're
craft brewers,
humble.
they are always willing to help everybody.
That's
And-
awesome.
And they want,
That's
because
real cool.
their theory is if there's more craft brewers in our area, that it helps everybody.
It does. Yeah,
Yeah.
it gets more people into it
Yeah.
for sure.
So they've earned so many, and we haven't even talked or worked with Troggs, and I would love to do an episode there. But just hearing every single brewer we walk into, they're like, "Yeah, we were just talking to Troggs not too long ago," and then 2 days later there was a pallet of hops sitting in front of our building, or there was a pallet of grain,
Nice.
or a pallet of this. Like they're always willing to give stuff away.
That's really cool. That's one thing I fucking hate about the whole like beer scene and like breweries and shit like that. Is there's
is
like
surprising.
there's animosity between breweries and thinking it's like
elitism.
competition. So like some breweries are just like they don't see it as a brotherhood. They're more of like, oh, you're our competition. Like
Their shit doesn't
really,
stink.
That's really
Yeah.
not the case. From what we've gathered of talking to so many different
Yeah.
breweries in Pennsylvania, that's not the case at all. Like, so even with us, like our two top media things, like breweries in our area is Breweries of Pennsylvania and then like PA Brew Review. And they're like up there. They have a pretty big following. They have a great website. They work with everybody. They're probably the most followed people, and we reached out to them like, "Hey, we do a podcast. Like, you want to?" And they're like, "Dude, we'll work with you." Like the PA craft beer scene, when it comes to media, when it comes to people brewing, when it comes to Brewfest, everyone's so open arms welcome. It's awesome.
It's interesting. I wonder if it's because of the scene in Pennsylvania, and I don't mean to say this in a bad way, but like where we are, we're in the Hudson Valley in
Yeah.
New York. We have New York City, 100 miles, a little over 100 miles south of here. We have tourism from the city. I don't want to say 24/7, like year round.
Yeah.
But pretty
well,
much spring.
a little bit more as of late.
Yeah, especially as of late, but that's a whole nother story. But spring through autumn, we have tons of people coming through. We're really well known throughout the state, throughout the East Coast and the fucking country. And I feel like Pennsylvania isn't that well known, and they're kind of like up and coming. And it's not a bad thing that I'm saying that. But like, it's good. It's good that they're willing to kind of like be like, "Hey guys, we need to like channel the fucking rage." I don't.
Yeah,
I'm
boost
trying to think of
morale.
the
Channel the
phrasing.
fucking
Like,
rage.
Boost morale.
well,
Like,
boost morale. Get your troops together, like, and be like, "Holy shit, no, guys! Like, we make good beer too."
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good that it's coming
Yeah.
from a brewery that's big like that too.
Yeah. I think the big thing is that with our area too. I think it gets a lot of heat and a lot of thing. But like, if your car were to break down on the side of the road in our area, of Pennsylvania, or even not even the school county, but just like in Northeast Pennsylvania, like you're stuck on the side of the road, you're almost guaranteed someone's going to pull over, stop, and be like, "Are you good? Like, can we work with you? Like, we need help."
Oh yeah,
You
that
know,
doesn't
call-
happen in New York.
You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
it
You're
does not.
stuck on the side of the road. You're fucked.
Yeah.
You better call someone you know because we'll just drive right.
Yeah,
past your
I'll
ass.
have
I
to
just,
delay.
I just think it comes down to that. That's kind of how in the Northeast PA coal region area, everyone just kind of like, man, we know what it's like to struggle. So when we see someone else that's trying to make it up, like coming up, and we show that support. Now, it's not for everybody, but I think when people that are in that craft are definitely do that. Now, just to kind of touch on this, Mad Elf has already gotten me in tons of trouble when it comes to drinking because Mad Elf's are super super sneaky, and if you
Oh, yeah.
you can drink a bunch of them and then you're like, oh boy, my pants are off,
2 and you're flying.
I think
Oh,
Mad
I
Elf
like that.
by itself is already like 9%.
Yeah.
it's
somewhere
actually
around.
it's actually 11.
Regular Mad Elf
Or
is
11.
11 or 12, I
Really?
think.
For
yeah.
Mad?
Oh,
For Mad
shit.
Elf,
Yeah. Now I don't know exactly where this sits on the on the charts.
It's 11.
It's 11.
Yeah,
but
it's definitely
but this
11.
one here, I'm gonna be honest, like this is so much smoother than when I had it fresh out of Cork and Cage.
Yeah, no, this is good. This is not like I was
That
expecting.
cherry is off.
I'm not going to lie when I say this. This sat for 2 years. Do you remember when we had the Trogenayer bourbon barrel aged one? How smooth that was? That was like a 2 year. That's our second Cork and Cage from Troggs. That was super smooth.
This is
exactly like that. Very ageable.
This is
100%.
fantastic. The way this for having this fresh and then having the different variants of it, the way this sat and the way this aged, this is absolutely like this is better than it is when it's fresh. I'm being honest.
You know, it's funny. I talk about the maturation process all the time, and it's just nice to see people, following through with it.
Yeah, Ben.
Why do you fucking look at me like
Ben-
that?
You know exactly why I'm looking at
Ben
you.
loves to sit on beers. That's like Ben. Ben's like the
And
mad
you too.
scientist.
You're not free of guilt.
Just
Hey,
saying.
I start talking about apples, and these motherfuckers get up from the table.
I almost bought a
I laughed
2017
my ass
bottle
off
logic
on
with
that,
me,
too.
but I'm like, should I? Shouldn't I?
Wait, was that? I'm sorry.
So they almost brought a bottle from Bottle Logic that was 2017, and I decided against it.
I mean,
Dude,
I would not hate on
We'll
you.
have them another time.
Oh, I'm
And
sure.
it's a honey wheat wine actually. It's not a stout.
I'm sure it's fucking really good.
But wheat wines are
Bottle Logic.
awesome. So
Wow.
Listen,
We'll
it works.
try it
It works
eventually.
with some things. It doesn't work with other
I
things.
had to make difficult
sure.
choices on what to bring. But
Oh,
I don't even know if
absolutely.
we're gonna drink them, so we'll see.
we'll see. But I mean, I gotta say, like, this is good.
I don't like cherries at all.
And this is the strongest cherry taste I've ever had from this. This
It's
provider.
not bad. I don't hate it. I don't think I would want more than this little.
Yeah, that's
Little bit.
that's understandable.
That's why we're sharing, man.
It has a certain,
Je ne sais quoi.
I want to say, astringency to it. Kind of tightens up like the back of your tongue.
Yeah.
When you drink it, there's a visceral reaction in your mouth when you drink it, and I don't say that as a negative thing necessarily. Some people like it more than others. I think it's good. It's not quite. It's like it's something that's up my alley, but also not up my alley.
Yeah.
I know that makes like no fucking sense, but
You kind of like it, but you have to have it at the right time.
I think so.
That's-
I don't.
I know,
I don't
I'm
want to be
being
this
that guy.
No. You're 100% correct, and I have a gripe. I gotta say. I don't know
That
where.
fucking finger is flying tonight, dude.
I don't know where
Hey,
these
stick it
fingers
up
Don't
your
be
came
ass.
from.
shooting lightning out of
I
that shit.
hold my hands because I'm Italian. I talk with my hands, so I do this all the time.
I'm like German and Scandinavian and English, like whatever. But like, I have a gripe, and I don't know if it's just like this has been happening, but I'm pretty sure it hasn't been. But I don't know. Has anybody else noticed that there's a bunch of Märzen or Oktoberfest beers already in stores?
We may have brought one.
Yo,
We may or may not bought
putting this finger away, and that's fine. That's fine.
It's in his butt.
Just smash the table. You know you want to.
I know, but it's bullshit. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why it's bullshit. I literally
Settle up,
never
kids.
point,
Here it
and I don't know
comes.
why I'm doing it now.
You're excited for us.
I am very excited.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sitting down. It's very.
You can't see his
Good.
actual boner right now, so he's trying to show you. He's like,
we
"Yes,
have
it's
like
fucking hard."
for the people who are listening, we have worked this collaboration, this sit down at this table, this round table.
This is a
has
time
been
coming.
talked about for a long time.
At least 6
Yeah.
months, right?
Yeah, like we've only met each other via. I mean, Ben has met
Well,
Dan.
I met
and
Josh at Hudson Valley.
At Hudson Valley, but most of us
But
just
Dan
have
usually.
talked via phone or Facebook or like a Skype call type deal, like a
We
Facebook
call in.
message.
We call into the podcast.
Yeah, so like this is the first time like all sitting down and doing this. So this is exciting. We're
I
like,
know. It's
I
nice.
know.
Yeah.
It's
and we're gonna have like a sleepover. It's gonna be
a
I
a
know.
long-
lot.
it's
We're
gonna be
having
a long
bro
one.
time.
Can
There'll
we
be a
can
lot
we
of
build
grab ass going on.
can we
later.
build can we build forts in the living room?
We can build forts outside with wood,
Whoa.
like
Yeah.
adults.
like
Wow.
and then burn them down,
Let's do it.
and then we can like take
yeah.
4x4 and just like crush them, like whatever we
Oh,
want to do.
man.
We
Listen.
can do.
burn
Great.
effigies of gods we don't like.
That's actually Burning Dan Part 2 will be coming soon.
Burning Down Part 2.
Yeah.
All right, so where are we at with scores with this?
Well, I'm gonna if nobody minds me going first.
Yeah, we'll switch
Yeah,
it up.
go
We'll go
for
back
it,
and forth.
yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna say this. It's good. I don't think it's amazing, and I think I'm drinking it at the wrong time of year.
Absolutely.
If I was having
Yeah.
this more around like the holidays, Thanksgiving,
That's when this is
Christmas,
supposed to be drinking.
and
Fair enough.
absolutely. And that's, again, and I'm sorry, but I didn't even get to say it. Why are Oktoberfests out in August? I did say it, but like I didn't get to go off. Like
We had one drop like last month.
dude, no, no. Listen, I'm gonna be real.
Hey, give your fucking score, and then we'll come back to this.
No, I can't.
All right,
I can't
okay,
go
you
away
can't
from
let
this.
it go.
I can't let it go because Märtzens are like my favorite. That's my favorite like style of beer. Like not style. It's my favorite seasonal beer. Right.
It is different drinking it right
And
now.
it hits.
Yeah.
It hits a certain way.
Okay, get the next one ready.
It hits a certain
I
way.
know the next one.
When you're drinking it on a nice cool night, like 55 degrees, drinking around a fire, you're outside,
bringing the heat.
and that's what an Oktoberfest is supposed to do for you. It's got that nice, like little dark malty, like lagerish, yum yum feeling to you, and it just instills a sense of euphoria,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's awesome. But like,
And you see the
you're
leaves
re-
change
you're
and
re-
everything
yeah,
else.
everything.
It's
It's,
just
it's
that.
kind of that autismal spirit.
It's like
Yes.
it's like getting Christmas when you're trying to celebrate Halloween. You're like, listen,
Exactly.
I like Christmas, but it's just too early. But so that's kind of what they're trying to do with the pumpkin and the Oktoberfest, where they're putting
yeah.
them out.
and they're pushing it earlier, and now it's just like, yeah, they're the same as the fucking
And then by the
assholes
time
that are pushing
Oktoberfest comes
Christmas
out-
to before Halloween.
And by the time it should be Oktoberfest time for beers, they're already sold out and the
they're
batches are gone.
They're onto winter lagers and shit.
Yep.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's all I want to say. If I'm going to untap this, Jesus Christ,
Superstar.
I'm gonna I'm gonna give it a solid 3.
Solid 3?
Solid
Okay.
3.
Okay.
I think if it was a couple months from now and I
Yeah.
drank it, it might be different. But for now, a 3.
I feel horrible with my score. I feel like I'm overhyping them up, but I'm sorry. Go ahead, Josh.
2.5.
2.5.
Man, you guys are fucking harsh. You know what? I'm gonna say fuck all that shit. If I was drinking this shit on Christmas morning, I'd be a happy camper.
Hell yeah, but it's not Christmas morning.
Listen,
Yeah, but so what? Doesn't mean you can't still enjoy it.
I don't.
what?
Well, listen,
I agree with
just
you on
pierced
that,
the
though.
toe.
I don't share in the sentiment. I'm not a seasonal drinker. If it's
Yeah.
fucking good, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what it
You're
looks
not
like
a cherry.
outside.
You're not a cherry fan. This is very strong cherry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What it looks like outside does not change my perception of the taste of something that.
Okay, all right.
Now
so,
that it's
fucking
my turn to
goofball.
talk.
so to me, this is like
No,
there's
just your
like
opinion's wrong.
fresh snow on the ground. I'm waking up. You know, I got PJs. There's cinnamon buns coming out of the oven.
That huge
And I-
onesie that you have.
Hell yeah! and then I
With the butt flaps.
That's right. Then I crack this beer and I
the
pour it
dick
and I
one,
drink
too.
it. I'm like, this is fucking perfect. So I'm putting myself into that scenario right now. So, and I also happen to really like cherries, and you can definitely tell that this beer aged very well.
Yes.
I don't know what the what it's like fresh, but sometimes with these kinds of beers they can get a little vinegary or
Funky,
malty,
yeah.
or
Spoiled. They get a little spoiled sometimes.
Yeah.
With, the
yeah,
vinegar.
but I mean, they
Well,
still,
this should be a little funky though. It's
but-
got a bunch of wild yeast in it.
doesn't have to be. Where's the rules written?
Yeah, but sometimes they get little barley wine, little raisiny tasting.
It is
which
a little, yeah. It's a little barley wine.
I was expecting that more so, and I didn't get that, and I was happy about it. So, I really like this beer. I'm giving it a 4.25.
I like it.
Oh, we broke
Okay.
into the 4s for the
Yeah.
first
I
time.
so
Shooting from the hip.
So having Wild Elf, having Mad Elf, sitting on this since 2018. Like we were sitting on this and we were gonna do this like for a Christmas episode and like bust it out. And I was like, no, you know, we want to bring a Troggs. And we on the way here, we're like, I don't have any Troggs to bring. Like we had 2 cans of like perpetual ale, and I was like, I brought them. I was like, man, I feel like that doesn't represent Troggs as well. I'm like, and he's like, we have that Wild Elf in the fridge that we've been sitting on. I'm like,
nice.
we should do it for the boys. We're bringing it out. And so we're gonna bust open thing.
That troll smile.
And I'm gonna be honest, man. Like having Mad Elf and Wild Elf, and this was like how you're saying it. This could have easily been. We poured this and be like, we're not even scoring it because it's that old. It aged poorly. This is like a gentleman's drink at this point. Like I feel like it's one of those like with the cherries and like
It's almost like a cherry Manhattan in a
Yeah.
sense.
It's,
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
I'm really shocked how this turned out. I'm giving a 4.5.
I'm
Wow.
Holy dog shit. Wow.
And I've had
look
it
at
fresh.
you.
It's
Look at all that sediment from Uncle Dan.
I will
Yeah.
say though, it did age well.
yeah.
Although I didn't
Yeah.
enjoy it, I can still tell that it
No,
aged
it's a
fine.
good beer.
Yeah.
It's a good beer. And I could say, like, if I had the scenario of Dan Beyer waking up on Christmas morning, cinnamon buns coming out of the oven, I got morning wood, I'm dipping it in my drink, and then, just doing whatever the boys do.
Then do an autofellatio on yourself.
Yeah. I wish.
Mom is
No.
blowing Santa Claus.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But like, no, like in that scenario, yeah, I could easily probably see this as like a 3.5, 3.75 for
Yeah.
myself for sure.
Yeah. Have you ever had Mad Elf?
I haven't. I've had like Troganator. They had like a white ale that was pretty good.
Yeah.
And they have a double that I really enjoy.
They have a
drinking.
lager called When in Doubt that's out right now. I love it so much. It's
That's
only
a solid
it's
one.
only in like variety packs, and I snatched up every one I can just to drink as much of the.
Yeah.
And you only get like 3 cans of it.
Yeah.
And just like variety pack,
Ugh.
lager.
Ugh,
But
you're so clammy.
Like, hey,
man, where you at?
I'm giving it a 4.25. Now, that's basically going off of when we had the bourbon barrel aged Troganator,
Which was fantastic.
which
And
was
we didn't even do that on the show.
amazing.
That
No,
was-
we did that on the show. All right, I
Oh, we
remember
did.
it was like very early episodes.
Tell them, dude.
Yeah.
And
get
seriously, like it was solid. Like you tasted the bourbon barrel, like in that, it was just a solid, like Troganator. I'm like, wow, this kind of recaptures that. So we
And
now
Troganator's
know,
already good too.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
sure that was really
The
tasty.
barrel age was insane.
and we very well know at this point in time, if we're getting a cork and cage, yeah, we're paying a little bit of a premium for it, but we're letting it sit and cracking it open like a year or two from now.
we left that
solid.
We left that cold in the
2 for
fridge.
2.
We
Yeah.
left that cold in the fridge. That wasn't like basement age with no temperature. That was
Yeah.
that was-
I think that's the way to go. A lot of people are like, "Oh, cellar it at like 60 degrees." Like, I don't know if I really
Yeah,
super agree with that. Like,
Yeah.
I think you're kind of taking your chances when you do that.
that was in the fridge the whole time.
Yeah, I agree with aging, but keeping in the fridge.
Yeah.
I think you can age in the fridge fine, but if you're cellaring, you should be cellaring in a barrel because the barrels breathe as
Yeah.
the humidity and the heat changes. That's a big thing with whiskey and barrel age anything.
Yep.
I digress.
All right, let's get
Okay,
this next
nerd.
one. So this next beer, this is a collaboration beer that's been going around the whole entire world right now. This is the Black is Beautiful collaboration.
Ooh.
This is Evergreen, who we had with the Cloudy. This is Wolf Brewing Company, which is another veteran-owned brewery in our area, and this is with Harris Family, who we got to hang out with. They're in their very early stages of their brewing. They are going to be one of the first Black-owned breweries in our area.
Oh shit.
Very
Nice.
cool dudes. And I won't give too much away on this, but this one was
It was good. It hit
Well,
good.
you neglected to mention who started the Black is Beautiful.
I
beers.
don't know that.
It's Weathered Souls Brewing.
Really?
Yeah, so this is kind of a take on what Other Half did with the All Together beers.
Yes.
It's kind of their, the same kind of philosophy.
Evergreen did an all together beer. They were part of the one with Other Half, and it was unbelievable. We had it on the show.
Yeah, I think there was over 800 breweries that did the
Copper off. Venture.
All Together beers, and like my brewery did one. Yeah, there was a fuckload of breweries that did it, and a ton of breweries have been doing Black is Beautiful, including my brewery.
Yeah.
Hasn't been announced yet, so that's a little sneak peek. But we had the labels in. I don't know how long.
Now,
it's
how
gonna
does
take to age,
this,
but-
this is a question to ask you because you may know this better. How does that work? So when everyone's going to collaborate and do an all together, or everyone's going to collaborate and do a take on like Black is Beautiful, do you get a certain the certain ingredients and you get the how does it work?
Yeah, from what I understand, they make the recipe public and say, hey, any brewery who wants this, you can take the recipe, put your own spin on it. But here's the deal, man. When you sell it, you have to donate
The proceeds.
the
to this.
proceeds to Black Lives Matter or whatever local kind of charity.
Interesting. Now, how far are you able to go off the beaten path of what?
I think it's pretty much free form.
Really?
I mean, as far as I know, I've seen so many different adjuncts added to this beer. All the typical ones you'd expect to see in a stout, from vanilla, cacao nibs, maple syrup, coffee, anything you can imagine that would normally go into a stout, I've seen go into this beer. I'm not sure exactly what ours is going to be. We tend to do some fairly, I don't want to say boring stuff, but more, kind of mainstream, nothing too out of the box, unordinary. But yeah, this one, I definitely have been seeing it go around, people just putting their own spin on it. And I know with the All Together beers, it was the same kind of base recipe, but everyone, of course, has their own yeast strains, kind kind of their own, fermenting ways that they do. That's going to give it the unique taste that their brewery has. But then there was some breweries like Mortalis, which they're known for their sours. They did a sour version, and it's meant to be an IPA.
Yeah.
So, some people really monkeyed with it. But hey, as long as the intent is there and the money's going to the right place, that's all that really matters.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal Ben's thunder on this. So this is made by Evergreen, and it was collaborated with Wolf and Harris. So we partnered with Harris Family Brewing Company. Shout out to you guys, love you. And Wolf, who when we go back to the Brew Fest, Wolf made a key lime pie sour. Right, I don't like key lime pie. It was a key lime pie granola version, and I walked up to their stand and I did that whole thing where you're at a Brew Fest. You're like, and they pour it, and you're like, fuck, I'm not gonna like this. And you drink it in front of them, you're like, yummy. And then you like turn, you're like, right? So they're like, I'm like, what's in this beer? And they're like, oh, it's the key lime pie, it's granola, it's this, it's this. And I was like, fuck, I shouldn't have did it. And I drank it and I was like, holy shit, that's amazing. And I was like, I wanted to vote for the custardy, but because everything about that beer I shouldn't have liked, and it would tasted so good, I voted for the Wolf Brewing Company beer that day.
Yeah, they're a very solid brewery.
Yeah.
Wow.
Their spin. This is our spin on Black is Beautiful beer, a project joining 1,000 breweries worldwide in support of justice and equality of people of color. We used a supplied recipe from Weathered Souls Brewing Company and threw our own spin on it, turning it into a banana bread inspired stout featuring bananas, cinnamon, walnuts, and a touch of molasses.
I have 2 words.
Banana.
Banana runts.
Kinda, yeah.
See,
So-
I don't like banana runts.
I love banana runts, and I know my boy over here loves
we're the
banana
only
runs
2
as
people
well.
in the world that love them.
So
I'm down with banana runs.
we do this thing in our area where we where you get like the banana with the like a chocolate dipped banana at like fairs and stuff.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Now I get a lot of that mixed with like banana French toast because of the molasses and the cinnamon.
See, when I initially smelled it, I'm like, I smell cinnamon, and like I had like a little hint of coffee. I'm looking at Josh. I'm like, yo, this tastes like how it smells. It's gonna be great. And then he's like, yo, check this out in the can, and there's banana puree, and I'm just like, fuck yes, because
Yeah.
I love bananas. Bananas are awesome. There's some bananas over there. Honestly, my lizard's probably gonna eat more of them than I will, but I fucking love bananas.
We may have two banana beers tonight for you.
Dude,
This being the first.
Dan is another purveyor of banana tastes and
Fuck yeah,
textiles.
especially in
I definitely
stouts.
don't like
Yeah.
bananas or anything either.
Yeah. So
Well,
this is.
Well, you're not vocal about it. I would never guess you
I
like
know,
bananas.
yeah. He's
I fucking
very
love
vocal about it.
bananas.
I love bananas too.
So for me, I'll go first here because I feel like I'm the asshole who goes last, and then I fucking blow it out of proportion. So I'm just gonna
Well, go
start
for it.
off by blowing it out of proportion. I hate stouts. So going into the episode when this beer was on display for us,
Boo.
I normally
Boo.
take.
Yeah,
I usually
boo.
take that
Go
much
home.
stout. I take a sip and I say this tastes like coffee, and I move on. This is the best stout I've ever had in my life. I get zero. I swear, I get zero coffee. Everything in this flavor profile comes out for me. I don't score stouts at all. I just check them in and say I tried them. I gave this a 5.
Spit them out.
I can drink that entire can and have a great time with it. This is the best stout I've ever had.
Oh, my sweet young.
But everything
Tony
tastes like
Macaroni.
My-
I'm going to call you
sweet-
Joshua.
Supple young
my sweet,
man.
my sweet summer child.
Sweet enchanted man.
We have
every
such
stout
wonderful
tastes
things
like
to show
coffee
you.
to me. It just tastes like old coffee, and this is the first one I had where it didn't.
And there is a lot. So I had Finback's Black is Beautiful last weekend, and it was, Jesus, it was good. It wasn't amazing. Like, no offense, Finback, but,
Well, they're gonna take offense.
well,
just you saying no offense doesn't.
No, it
mean
was
they're not
good.
gonna
I
take
enjoyed
offense.
drinking
Wait,
it.
wait.
With
bated
all due
breath.
respect, that opinion ain't worth a horse's Talladega Nights. Where, he's like,
there you go,
where he
yeah.
says like, with all due respect, and then shits on them.
With all due respect, no. Like if I had like Finback's Black is Beautiful, I would have given it like a 2.75. A 3 for an imperial stout. This is very enjoyable. I love bananas. Bananas, love them. It's good. It's tasty. I don't hate. I give it a solid like. What's the ABV on this?
9.5.
9.5. Not bad. Hold on, one more swig.
Get it in you.
You got to get your 3 sips.
So while he's doing that, I'll say I think for you a general rule of thumb is any basic stout you're not gonna like because one of the key components of that is roasted barley.
Yeah.
Which the flavor profile of that is coffee.
Yeah.
So if someone's like, here's this stout and be like, "What's in it?" and be like, "It's just a stout." And be like, "All right, no, thank you." I think it's safe to say you could probably try some things that are like this, that have a lot of adjuncts and things in it.
So normally, we've had a few stouts. I've had them where it's like, this is chocolate covered cherries, and I drink it and I'm like, this tastes like roast. This tastes like I get no cherry, or this is chocolate covered. So we had a chocolate covered strawberry that I was like, I actually kind of enjoy this. It's it's coffee, but I still get the strawberry. And then we had this one, and then we had another one that's on the podcast.
Rock Me Diabetes.
Rock Me Diabetes was like a pastry stout.
Rest in power.
Yep, that one was unbelievable. So I feel like, so the two things, and if I get too much maple too, where I feel like I'm drinking syrup, I don't like that either.
I like syrup.
Yeah,
like-
so
yeah.
I
Cover
think
me
I
in
think
syrup,
banana helps me with stouts, and sometimes bourbon age because the booziness gets rid of the coffee taste.
Oh boy.
For sure. Yeah, I can agree with that. And honestly, like I love stouts. Stouts are my favorite drink.
Above water. And
I think a lot of the coffee stuff can get fucked.
Yeah.
I think it can go away. I drink coffee I drink a cup of coffee every day.
love coffee.
I don't like the taste of coffee though. Is that weird? Like,
Yeah.
I use creamer in my coffee, and so it doesn't taste like coffee. It tastes like coffee with creamer in it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It's just like I appreciate some coffee notes, but I don't like something that's like fisting my butthole
Guess you
with
do.
just a big fucking coffee bean.
No, you do.
Hey, you like that BA row?
I did, and it was tasty, but I don't think it was overwhelmingly coffee-y.
You're right.
So
it
quick
wasn't.
disclaimer for people who are watching. I know we're an hour in. Normally our shows go hour 45 too. This we
This
go
is
a
gonna
little
be a long
longer
one.
because
Oh,
we
yeah.
have a lot of beers to go through tonight.
Oh yeah,
A solid-
And we
you know-
only cracked like
6 hours.
a very fraction of these beers.
Well, let's
I mean,
fucking
and
roll
I
then.
also
Keep
have
'em
to say,
going.
boys. I have to also say, like, you don't have to blow your load all tonight because we have beers we need to drink when we're off the air.
But we want to get your reaction of these PA beers on camera.
Yeah.
Okay, no, and that's
Indeed.
totally acceptable. But I'm just saying, I didn't get a bunch of party beer, so if we go through all of our beers, we're drinking liquor, and I have plenty of liquor.
All right, that'll work.
Plenty.
All right, well then, if that works, then cuckoo motherfucking kachoo. I am the walrus. Let's do it, baby.
What's your score on this?
Oh,
Mine's a 3.75.
Cool. Dan?
I'm gonna give it a 4.
Nice.
Okay.
A little thin first out for my taste, but the flavors are on point.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep. I honestly I cannot wait for more from Harris Family. They were so accommodating and hanging out with us. Super cool dudes.
They were awesome.
This is the first time I've ever had one of
I
their
listened to
beers.
that episode that you did with
Yeah.
them. I don't remember it, but I remember listening to it.
Yeah, those guys are awesome. I'm very proud of them. They worked their ass off, and crowdfunding pretty much got their brewery off the ground.
sick.
Yeah. All right.
And what about you, Uncle Dan? Did you say your rating?
Oh, I did not, but I figured I was gonna go last.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I can accept last.
All right, Ben. What's your score?
I still give this my score. I think I gave it
I
gave
don't
it a
give my
4.
score. I forget. All right.
Yeah, well, you do the shows. I'm kind of like coordinating beers. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Here.
He's multitasking.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me
So
about it.
it's gonna be a good one. This next one too.
I can't open beers and talk at the same time. Jesus.
Oh, cut it out. You. Cut it out.
Don't be a fucking bully, bro.
Yeah, you
Wait,
motherfucker.
did you even rate the beer yet?
5. I
You
went first.
5.
He
Oh,
gave
yeah,
it a
you did.
5.
You did
Yeah,
go-
he was the guy that gave it a
He's done it
5
all the time.
I'm sorry.
because
I don't
this
read
is
my
like
beers.
his
I
breakthrough
know.
stout. This is his
And-
breakthrough stout.
I can see that being like you don't normally like stouts.
He wanted
And
to
it's
enjoy
a stout that made
stout.
you like stouts.
Yeah, he really
so.
wanted to enjoy a stout. Therefore, he was like, "Fuck yeah, 5, well deserved, 100%."
We have another stout coming up that I really enjoyed, but I'm just nervous because we sat on it.
Like
it was,
I
you
think
sat
we'll
on
be
it.
o-
Like
I
with
think
your
we'll be okay.
butts?
it's a couple weeks.
No.
It's
In
maybe
the
like a
car?
month. It's like a month, maybe 2 months.
be a
Two
little bit-
2-month old stout.
It's
But
fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Some
It's
Yeah.
stout.
but it
It'll be
was
fine.
growler poured. Like it came out of a
Yeah,
keg.
yeah.
and-
Oh,
Growler.
it might have some oxidation, but whatever, dude. Who cares?
We'll find
I
out.
think we'll be
Ooh,
okay.
that
I
does
think we'll
all
be
the
okay
oxygen.
with it.
If we fucking puke, we puke.
So
I have my
Yeah,
answer.
We're not gonna
Go
get
for
hurt.
go
It's
for it,
fine.
Uncle Dan.
3.75.
Okay, fair enough. Now we were talking about like a little bit of the general proximity. Guess what we're doing? Mellow Mink Barrel Aged Janet Weiss.
So we had this
Ooh.
beer, and it wasn't the barrel-aged version. So we have a drink in School County.
That's a big
Oh,
bottle.
we can get boss pours now. This is
Yeah,
great.
this is.
Yeah.
I'm excited because I love this beer.
Everybody can have a boss pour.
Fuck yeah.
So we have a drink in School County that we call Boilo, and it's and
It's like, is that like Fago?
kind of, but what it is, it's there's different variations of it, but the variation I like the most is a apple pie Boilo, and what it is, it's whiskey, it's
I think you've told me about this before.
it's like there's a bunch of different ingredients to it. Everyone has their own variation, but it's pretty much a whiskey drink. But the apple pie is made with cider, with the whiskey, the brown. It's delicious. This beer tastes like Boilo, but in a beer form. I didn't have the barrel aged version, so this is this is an apple tasting beer.
I'm excited.
I can smell apple before I even pour it.
I am a big fan of apple.
Yes, and
I was honestly hoping I could go the rest of my life without ever hearing the word Fago again. But thank you.
now another thing about this brewery, this is Mellow Mink Brewing. This is
This is
the very first brewer that opened up their doors to us. Said, "Come on in, do your podcast. Let's hang out." So we always have they're our boys. Like we dropped them when we picked up this beer. We dropped a magnet off. They hung it up on their wall. Like
Nice.
we love these dudes. They're really cool. They're the first ones to really give our podcast a chance from a brewer standpoint. So this is definitely a brewer we had to bring to you guys to try out.
My lungs love tasting things
Yes.
today.
I could tell.
Yeah, no, they're really
Damn.
excited. They're really excited.
I fucking love this.
Yes. I was like,
I feel like
Wow.
I'm super biased when I'm giving because all right, normally on the show I try to protect 4 and up. I try not to go higher than I usually if I'm debating I usually say 3.75, but it could be a 4. Like I really protect those 4s and ups. So, and I'm not really mad about giving these scores about these because I really enjoy these brewers. Like this is the reason why we picked these out. But I don't know how I feel. I don't know how you guys feel about this.
I
You guys-
fucking
I don't know
love
about-
this.
Do ya?
This is really, really fucking good.
So I make faces sometimes, and so let me give you let me bring
a
you on
sneak peek in the mind
What I
of
said before,
Dan
though, is
Noble.
that this has you and not you all over it.
100%, and I agree. Let me take you on a journey real quick here.
Okay.
I first put this in my mouth, and I realized that was a fucking mistake. It was way too sour. I did not like it. I was like, this is gross. Why did I give myself a boss pour? That was a dumb idea. And as I was pouring it, I was like, bro, you don't know what this tastes like. Look at the color. This doesn't look like a color that you like.
So I think it's more tart than sour.
It's all of those things, and I am just not down with it. It made my tongue go clam. It made my tonsils go ham, and like the whole back of my throat was just growing yams, dude.
Damn.
But then once we got past that apple was phenomenal. It was great.
It literally tastes like.
It was great. So like again, this isn't a drink for me, because of that upfront like accosting of my aura.
I need another
Use the
bottle
word
of this.
accosting.
Yeah.
This is
I need another
awesome.
bottle of this.
Wow.
But I appreciate the end of it.
So when you walk into this place, right? I just want to give a kind of idea what you're expecting here. It's in a strip mall, right? So you're in a strip
I
mall,
love when the mall takes its clothes off.
right? So then you walk in the front door of this place, and it feels like you're in a upscale bar restaurant in like a city. Like everything is just shiny, it's just gorgeous, it's clean, it's beautiful inside there. So like when I say like even if you look at their bottling and the way they do things, they're just very elegant. Like they're super fucking classy, but like they're still very welcoming. Like you can
Gilded,
come
in
you
a
can come
sense,
walking
yeah.
in like a dirtball like me, and they'll be like, "Hey, welcome." You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like I'm a really big fan of this brewery and the people that run it, and their thing is sours. They try to do the sours, but where normally they don't age in rum, they don't age in whiskey or bourbon. They
Wine.
age in wine barrels.
Yeah, this
And-
is more of like your traditional, like a traditional sour when it comes to it. They're like brass tacks traditional. So sorry for stealing. Sorry for cutting
Yeah,
off,
and
stealing your
the
thunder
crazy
on that.
thing is, and this is something that people won't really notice or really even know unless that you get like the tour of the back. But like when their
It all makes
tanks
sense now.
their tanks are all set up and everything looks cool in the back, and the floor grates actually have their little mink like in the floor grates of the like there's stuff like people don't even see, but like just the small little details, like the grates that go across
Oh,
the floor,
yeah.
so when they clean up in the back, have their logo in the floor grates.
That's funny.
So
yeah.
That's cool.
I definitely appreciate what goes into the bottle artwork. I'm an animal guy, as you guys know.
Yep.
Oh, definitely.
And I enjoy the minks. Minks are enjoyable little weasels. But what they have on the back here is actually,
Dude.
really, really enjoy as like a beer, like the art of fermentation as a somebody
That's
who's
their
into
big
it.
thing. Matt, correct?
They
I'm
got
having
the
a brain
Yeah,
fart.
you're
fucking
right. Matt and
pH on
Cole.
there.
Yeah,
Matt is a fucking scientist. Like this
Dude.
dude is a genius.
Well, they have the pH on it, which
you
is something
never
that
see.
you never see. That's something that you see more in ciders and wines, but that's still not something that gets on a label. That nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
But like somebody like me or Joshua or probably any of us here will give a shit. 3.4 pH. That's good. So
Isn't that middle of the
Not so
road?
much for you.
well, here's the thing though. I can have a cider that's 3.4 pH, but titratable acid also plays a giant role into how things taste. And this definitely has a nice acidy feel.
Yes.
100%. So the TA on it is definitely high. But 3.4 is perfect because you don't have to worry about so much microbial spoilage because the pH is so low. So that's a big thing. So typically, like when I make my own ciders and wines, I shoot for anywhere between 3.2 and 3.6 to 3.8 because that's like the sweet Goldilocks zone for that. Then these motherfuckers,
I like this.
they put on the strains,
Three different
of
strains
of
of fucking-
fermenters on
yeah.
it. So they have Saccharomyces, Brettanomyces,
So
and then Lactobacillus.
for our podcast, this is where us dummies just say it tastes good, and then you guys notice these small details and appreciate it.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
And
is
you go, you motherfucker.
So, but here's the thing: all these different sugar-eating microbes, the lactobacillus, that's that bacteria. The saccharo and the Brett, they're all actual fungi. They're all
Yeah.
yeast.
Those are the
Um,
wild boys. The lactose are more like neutral.
Yeah, you get that. Like if you want MLF, like malolactic fermentation in ciders, it gives it that buttery. It eats
right.
So the lactobacillus will eat the malic acid, and it makes it less acidic. So I don't think the lacto actually had a big presence on this, but I'm sure it's there. If they're going to list it, why the fuck wouldn't you? So those bacteria, they ferment just like a yeast would, but they eat malic acid. Now malic acid is the main acid that you find in apples. If you think about the scientific name of apples, it's Malus domestica. Malic.
Nailed it.
There you go. So knowledge is power, boys. Knowledge is power.
While you're holding that, can you put a little more in there?
Oh, absolutely. So when I first tasted
Ooh,
this,
you got the dregs now.
oh, the dregs are good for you. That's what builds character.
That's where the Yeasty Boys hang
But
out.
I just
Yeah.
gotta say, like,
That's for the Malik.
What else do they have on there?
while
Hocus
this
pocus.
while this isn't something that is like necessarily up my alley, I 100% appreciate what they're doing, and I 100% appreciate the information they put on the label, and I'd love to see more of that out of all breweries and cideries. Fucking do it, dudes. That's
Locally harvested apples, too.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you better be locally harvested, or I'm
So-
gonna karate chop your neck.
Well, I want to read while Liebel over here decides to
Oh,
go on his
just
tangent,
read.
which I really love.
I just really.
I really like
No, that was good.
That
That
was
was good.
awesome.
And no, Josh is right there with me.
And
He
Jo-
Yeah,
and
knows
Josh.
all
You,
about
fucking,
it.
you barely ever see this kind of shit. Sometimes
Yeah.
you'll see it'll be like, oh, we got Brettanomyces in there, but
Now-
but you like never see.
Now the
pH
thing
or-
is Evergreen is right up the road, and they have a really big building, really big setup, and these guys are out of a little tiny thing in a strip mall and make their they make
Yeah.
their business look fantastic. But it could and they're literally right down the road from each other. So here's Mellow Mink,
Literally
here's Evergreen.
5 minutes.
So people go to Evergreen and they don't even realize Mellow Mink exists because you see Mellow Mink on a board, you don't think it's a brewery, and it just where they're located, and because they're surrounded by Evergreen, they don't really get that. Maybe they don't get noticed as much, and I really think that they're doing some cool shit there.
This
Yeah.
honestly tastes like an apple cider beer.
Yes,
yeah.
And now that my palate's adjusted and it's not like punching me in the face.
There's a
with,
little
like,
bit of
that
cinnamon I get,
sour-
too.
There is.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
100% is.
I think really good.
I'm
use of
enjoying it.
cinnamon, too.
I'm enjoying it a lot more now.
Yeah.
It's
There you
like
go.
you know when you get the apple slices and you sprinkle the cinnamon on them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like that's what it tastes like, but like Warhead's version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now they
There
did a
you go.
collaboration together where they made a peach sour, and it was unbelievable.
It was called Mink Fuzz.
Mink fuzz. Yep.
Oh,
Nice.
that's
Sounds
Yeah.
dirty.
so sexual.
Yeah. So,
So what we were having with
oh, we had our first spit.
Oh, almost a fungasm.
almost no.
Almost.
It's not my equipment, so I'm like, oh, don't do it.
Oh no, don't do it.
I splurge quite a bit.
I
Doesn't
know.
take much.
I know how to pull the fungasm out.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll wait for that.
Yeah.
So barrel aged Janet Weiss is a fruited sour clocking at 6.2% alcohol by volume for Mellow Mink in Mechanicsburg, a barrel aged golden version of Mellow Mink's popular apple pie sour beer. Barrel aged Janet Weiss is a blend of blonde sour ales aged in Chardonnay barrels for 12 months, further aged for 6 months on cinnamon sticks, vanilla beans, and locally harvested apples.
Yep, that makes sense. That makes sense a lot.
So I just like getting that in.
You know, it's funny. I wonder how much the Chardonnay barrels really played an effect on it, because I'd read it on the bottle. They were aged in Chardonnay barrels. I do get that like astringent aftertaste.
I'd
A
be,
little
I'd
dry.
be willing to
like
bet.
the tannic, the tannins in it are just like they're there on the back of your
I'd be
tongue.
willing to bet that some of these, like the Brett and the Sacro, are from those barrels. Also, the apples as well.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Let's get through scores so we can get our next beer poured here. Dan,
Oh.
what are you going with this one?
I was just going to say real quick, kind
So
of a tangent.
forceful.
Ben, did you say Mechanicsville?
Mechanicsburg.
Mechanicsburg.
Okay. I don't know if that's, maybe I'm thinking the wrong thing, but I used to know a girl who lived in near Carlisle.
Yep. It's a little.
and,
It's probably another.
Louisville, like that
Carlisle's
area.
a little further up, but it's in the ballpark.
Okay, like I knew it was kind of like roughly in the area. So
Yeah.
sorry, just to go off on a little tangent.
Mechanicsburg is kind of it's closer to Harrisburg,
Uh-huh.
and Harrisburg's probably another maybe 20, 30 minutes from Carlisle.
All right, so I'm in the ballpark.
Williamsburg
All right, okay,
land,
okay.
dog.
I was like, that town sounds familiar. All right,
Yep.
okay. I did this one. It's not like blowing my mind, but I can definitely see where these guys are going, and I can definitely see that it'd be a brewery that I would want to seek out. I dig this one, like I said, but it's honestly, I think some of Dan Cider's might be up there with this one.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Not gonna try to suck your dick too hard. But
No, but I fucking totally appreciate that. It ain't sucking my dick. Obviously anybody would love hearing that, but it's just like it's kind of like reaffirmation because Jesus Christ, I'm about to open the goddamn cidery, man, within like the year. So it's
I
like,
love it.
oh shit.
So people who if you're someone who listens to the show a lot, or you're someone who this is your first time checking this out, we had some of your ciders and your wines on the show, and the Snow Snake. I'm not even a wine drinker, but that fucking thing was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I'm gonna force feed you some more tomorrow.
I will.
think.
I don't. You won't have to force feed me. It'll happen.
Well, we still didn't have our celebratory blueberry port.
That'll happen. Maybe we'll end
Or
the show
the
with that.
blueberry pancake.
Wow.
We
Yeah.
can.
So
Wow.
where's your score in this one?
I'm gonna give this one a 3.5.
3-5. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Josh, if I feel like I'm rushing you, because I know we have a lot of beers and I want
no, it's
totally-
fine, it's fine.
Totally fine. Totally
Um,
fine.
I love being rushed. Jesus.
Give us the good shit.
I'm gonna say 3.75.
3.75.
I have to give it two. I have to give two again.
Because of the sour.
Because of the sour.
Because of the point in
My
time.
palate's adjusted now, and now I have no issues with drinking it, and I come to appreciate it. But I again, like going about price point, it's kind of like that. It's like, man, I'm kind of considering
This
every
bottle was not expensive at all either.
No, it definitely
They
wasn't.
have two sizes of this bottle. I think this bottle was.
bone dry roll.
What was the bottle of this?
I think it might have been
I can actually look
12 or $15, maybe.
Yeah. So if I'm going to take price point, I'm going to take the information and the aesthetic of the bottle, and the fact that it does remind me. It's like an apple cider beer. There's a lot of levels. There's a lot of intricacies in the taste. If you want to take the time and really taste it, they are there.
$20 for the big bottle, $11 for a 375 milliliter.
So it's a 12 ounce.
Yeah, so
not
that's a
shabby.
$20 bottle.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
That sounds fair.
Like it's not it's not my style. So I want to say like what I would give it like a 3. But what I would give it on Untapped, like it's like overall. Honestly, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna say this is a solid like 4.25.
And you appreciate what they're doing with the labels and stuff like that.
Because
too.
like it appeals to like the internet. Because like I know like Josh and I have talked about it. Like Harrison from Sloop and I have talked about it. Like fermentation is an art form as well as a science, and they're
I'll tag it. don't worry.
they're being artful and scientific at the same time, and the fact that they're giving us like they're fulfilling the nerd requests that I have on certain things, you know, and then a lot of us that are like, you know, even if we're home brewers or you know home fermenters or you're working in a brewery, like things are just like, oh no way, no, I can totally taste because different yeast strains produce different esters that produce different aromas and different flavors,
Yeah.
and it's dude. Like literally, like what I just said, that is like the tippitiest tip of the iceberg. That's like you putting an iceberg in your nose, and what fit in your nostril is the tip I'm talking about. Like, and then there's a whole another fucking
This is
iceberg.
all the stuff that goes right over our heads. So to hear that you guys appreciate that is awesome to us.
and that's why I think this beer is like easily a 4 to a 4.25.
Yeah.
Like as an Untapped score, 100%.
I gave the regular version of this, just the regular Janet Weiss. I gave it a 5.
Oh shit!
I absolutely loved it. And I mean, listen, I was sitting in their building while I did it, so that might help. But and how a hospitable they were to us. But honestly, like because of the style of drink I was telling you about, the apple pie boilo, it tastes like a beer version of it. And I was like, man, this hits everything I want. The barrel age does not disappoint. I gave it a 4.75, but this easily could be a 5 for me as well. I absolutely love this. We will be making another trip to Mechanicsburg to get another bottle of this because I absolutely adore this beer.
I would seek that out. I feel like I wanted to rate it higher, but I know I rated this one a 4.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to keep the beer
Scale.
of the
Try to
night
keep it down.
in mind.
I'm just gonna be honest. Pretty much out of the so far out of the 3 beers you guys had, Custody was really high for me when we had it. That was really high, and I didn't even have the barrel aged version. I love Mad Elf, and I love the Black is Beautiful. So we're trying to put in stuff that we really enjoyed for you guys.
So we
No,
wanted
it's-
you
it's
guys
been pretty
to
sweet.
be
Yeah.
like,
I
hey,
have never tasted anything like this,
yeah,
which is cool.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
So this one here is called Fonzie is My Spirit Animal.
the Fonz is
The
my
Fonz
spirit
is my
animal.
spirit
This
animal.
is the
This is-
blueberry and peach variant.
Yes.
I'll get.
I'm
I'll
not
get
gonna, you
this
could
one.
read it. Calm down. He gets really upset if you fucking.
Is this a lambic?
This is a fruited sour.
Well, hold on, real quick. This is made by Liquid Noise Brewing Company. This is the second
was-
brewery
I was
that
gonna-
He's getting there, bro.
that
He's getting there.
we went to. So we went to Mellow. I'm gonna tell the story. We went to Mellow Mink, and the Mellow Mink guys were we're trying to be like because it looked classy in there. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that Liquid Noise didn't, but they're rock stars. They're a little different. Like their whole thing is like rock star brewery. We walked in and we're like, all right, we'll just do like a 4, like because we walk in and we pay our own way. We don't want anything for free. We
Yeah.
want to like that's just the way we handle things. And when we walk in and they're like, so what do you guys want to do? And we're like, we'll just get like a sampler of your best 4. You guys pick them and we'll do that. And they're like, no, if you're doing a podcast here, you're trying all of our stuff. And I'm like, how much you have? They're like, we have 15 on tap and 3 bottles. And we're like, all right. And I'm like, well, how much is that?
Twist
and
my fucking arm.
I was like, well, how much is that going to be? And they're like, it's on us. Like they treated it like they brew like rock stars and they treat us like rock stars. And they were once
were
again
awesome.
another fantastic brewery that let us in and had a great
That's
time
awesome.
with. Yeah.
And on top of that, they actually fed us too.
Yeah, they gave us some food. They gave us some pizzas.
They were-
Well,
they
yeah, I
were-
mean, they're kind of legally obliged to do so. I mean, they're making you drink 18 beers.
yeah.
Yeah, they have to kind of feed you, bro. They're gonna get a lawsuit.
We had a great fucking time with them. They were
They
a good
were
time.
awesome.
That's awesome.
yeah.
Another great brewery in the area. Definitely, if you haven't checked them out from our area, definitely go do so.
There's this one beer that I had from them. It was like, Saucony Creek makes a maple mistress, which it has like the pumpkin, the maple, and squash, and
Interesting.
it was good like a couple years, but then it missed its mark. They made a clone of that, and the chef actually did it, killed it, absolutely killed. I'm like, oh my god, put this in cans or in bottles. I will seriously buy this all day, every day.
They had
And it was
a-
nutty.
They made a hard seltzer when we were there, and it was blue. It was a blueberry seltzer, and it literally tasted like if you made
Blue raspberry.
Blue raspberry. If you took remember the Huggies? The
Yeah,
blue Huggies?
Oh,
yeah.
whoa.
It tasted exactly like a blue
Dead
Huggy.
nuts.
Wow.
It was awesome. All right, read it off. And
So,
let's get it
the
going.
Fonz is my spirit animal. Is a blueberry and peach variant from Liquid Noise, clocking in at 5.7% alcohol by volume. It's a fruited sour. Mixed cultures, fermented farmhouse-inspired ale, aged on second-use peaches and a fresh infusion of blueberries. And Liquid Noise is in Marysville, PA. It's not too far away from, like, the Harrisburg area.
Well, they live where. So Harrisburg's where all the Harrys and Harrises live, and Marysburg is where all the Marys are born.
Absolutely.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
There's a Danville in Pennsylvania too, and
Yeah,
that's
I know where all the
I'm
Dans
surprised
are
you
born.
don't
Yep.
live there.
Danville, Pennsylvania. Absolutely.
It's in Danville, Virginia as well.
Oh,
That's where I'm
shit.
from.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Let's start with you, Danville.
Ooh, okay. So I'm getting vibes of like some lambic. This to me tastes like something you would have from Dry Fontinen or Cantillon. Maybe not as like bougie, I guess, but I'm definitely getting that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
It's got like that mustiness to it.
Yep.
It it tastes like it's been aging in like a basement for a couple of years, which is not a bad thing. I definitely like those flavors. I enjoy it. I haven't had a good lambic in quite a while, and this is kind of scratching that itch for me.
Awesome.
This one, I'm going to give it a 3.25.
Okay. We have not had this one. This was
We did
not on
not
the
have
list when
that.
we were there. So
Right.
this is a newer one. Josh.
It's very similar to the Melomink, but I think the Melomink was much better.
Okay.
I traditionally like more blueberry and peach flavor profile, but something about that Melomink just really fucking hit home for me. I will give this one a 3.5. I feel like it's a shade under what I gave the Melomink.
Yeah. Dan?
So, first, he's not even watching anymore, but my boy Hazard, he was commenting.
Hazard.
Yeah, Hazard.
Oh, he's not watching anymore.
We partied
Fuck.
with Hazard last weekend. Yeah,
We did. I used his dry rub to make a brisket.
He
It's awesome.
Yeah, he. So shout out to Hazard, and he says shout out to Ivan and Ozark's Rub and those incredible ribs. So Hazard is a co-owner of Ozark Rub, the
Okay.
barbecue dry rub company.
How far are they from us?
I don't even know where Hazard lives. He's somewhere in New York. But like, yo, I'ma say
I'm gonna say
this motherfucker makes some goddamn delicious meat, and I love putting it in my mouth.
Nice.
So Hazard, if you end up watching this later, sorry, bud. I wasn't looking at my phone. I was balls deep in the conversation.
For some reason, the Facebook. So if you guys are watching on Facebook, I do apologize. For some reason, on our thing, the Facebook chat doesn't pop up. So if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, I can see the chat. For some reason, I do miss the Facebook chats. I'm not sure why that happens.
are people saying things?
They can be, yeah.
It was just him.
I just
seems
saw
like.
Hazard, but like, what do I think about this beer? It's not for me.
Yeah.
It's too.
It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
It's a no from me, dog.
I didn't realize how many sours we actually brought, so I apologize.
No, it's.
But you're gonna hit me with a bunch of stouts tomorrow, so I don't feel that bad.
We're gonna hit you with a lot of things, baby. Don't you worry,
I'm
none.
gonna be like, I'm not even drunk because
I got a treat for the next one, so don't worry about
But
that.
How treatful.
it's not terrible for me. It's definitely not what my palate likes. It's a little too funky. I don't like peach.
Yeah, take it.
It's kind of a. I don't have to choke it down.
None of these you have to muscle up and down.
I can use my muscle lips. You want me to use my muscle lips?
Yes.
I'll use my muscle lips.
You'll find out later.
Eat
But,
that tomato and white bite, asshole.
man.
Yeah, it's not for me. But that aside, not being for me, if I can combine like the quality of what it is and my own preference, 2.5. It's probably middle of the road.
Okay.
You know,
That's fair.
like if it was just me, I'd give it lower. But
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give it 2.5.
Where you at, Ben?
I think I'm going to hover between a 3.25 and a 3.5 because, like, I felt like that, I really wanted to really taste the more of the fruit, like the blueberries and the peaches into that. It's not a bad sour, but I felt like that they could have did it a little, just
Yeah.
a cinch sweeter. I think that would have made a huge difference of that sour overall. And, like, even if they could have did, like, something with, like, a puree, it wouldn't be terrible.
It's
Yeah.
definitely
So-
reserved in its flavor, whereas like
Yeah.
I get mostly the blueberry, but the peach doesn't really come.
I get
through.
all blueberry.
Yeah.
That was the thing. I don't. I get mostly blueberry. I'm a peach fan. I don't. I just maybe they don't complement each other, but maybe
Yeah.
I'm missing something because my
What-
palate.
I mean, it's fine. I love blueberry and I love peach. It's just when you tell me there's blueberry and peach, I want both.
So
Yeah, same
somebody who doesn't like peach, like I can, like, if it's there, I can get the littlest bit of it,
I don't get anything.
and I get it. But the thing about it is that I don't like that sour blueberry
Yeah.
flavor
I
either.
think this beer for me I'm gonna go 3.5, but I think this beer is good. Like I don't hate drinking it. I enjoy it.
Right.
But I think being stacked up against a custardy is a tall order. That blueberry,
Yeah.
the blueberry cheesecake sour.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, what's our next one, Ben?
Well, you guys are going to be in for a treat because I got double dry hop Alien Church
Ooh, nice.
wow.
Tired hands.
signature can pop.
I've been,
Sleepy fingers.
Been hearing good things about this one.
Alien Church does do delivery within the state of Pennsylvania.
Well,
maybe
no,
Tired
tired
Hands?
hands. Yeah.
Tired Hand, sorry.
Here, let's go around with.
He
The,
just took it
the
right-
beer
The
started
label.
it, the beer started its own
The
brewery.
guy's,
Sorry.
the guy's wearing our shirt, and you don't even give him the next pour. Jesus.
Fucker.
I thought about wearing the shirt
We're
too.
gonna
But I'm like,
wrestle
no,
later.
I'm gonna
What
go.
if all he's wore, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
guys?
same.
Well,
It's like you didn't get the fucking memo. What the fuck?
but as a metalhead, you don't go to a show and wear any of the band's shirts that are playing.
Yeah.
Same.
Like that.
Yeah.
That's blasphemy. So I'm not going to do that.
So
That's why I'm wearing Infant Annihilator.
So I do
today.
feel I do feel terrible because
Whatever it is, don't.
even though we talk, right? I didn't really I just the way I handle social media. I don't really dig into people's like pages and stuff like that. So I wasn't aware that you had a significant other who was also into beer. So when we sent shirts, we're like, oh, we gotta like because all we ever heard was like the guys and Kim. So we're like, send them all shirts. So I do apologize that we didn't send
It's
them
fine.
one for your lady.
Don't
I'm
worry
sure
about
Sarah's going to cry over it.
I'm
Yeah,
bummed about it
so-
because I didn't know like you know what I mean. I was bummed.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I appreciate the sentiment, but
Yeah.
it's
and
okay.
and they're newlyweds.
I know, and Newlyweds would have been a great like Pornhub.
yeah.
Pornhub banging beer shirts.
They really would have. They really would have.
So
I appreciate it, but it's all good.
Yeah.
we'll work something out. So, double dry hopped Alien Church is an American IPA clocking at 7% alcohol by volume. Double dry hop Alien Church is the intensely amplified and totally fuzzed out iteration of our Reploid Alien with photosynthesizing ton oat IPA. Brewed with the same fluffy malted oats as always and hopped again as always. Super aggressively with Cascade and Columbus, dry hopped first with the same huge dose of the choicest Citra, Mosaic, and Chinook we've come to love, and then blasted over the skull with the heaviest of hands of a mountain of even more Citra and an additional tropical and punchy and hyper fresh galaxy for the secondary dry hopping. We hope you enjoy this one as much as you come to enjoy
As much as you
Alien
come,
Church
baby.
over the last several years. Smiley face. Jesus. That's
Yeah,
just that's just
that was
as
a
bad
paragraph.
You should just ended that sentence right there. That was hilarious.
No, it
We
was
hope
like
you enjoy it as much as you
equilibrium.
come.
Equilibrium's Rock Fantasy was a fucking mouthful. I read Rock Me Diabetes was fucking awesome. You got to look that profile. or
Warhorse
preference
has
up.
good write-ups.
Warhorse has some good write-ups, but that one was a decent one. I wanted to get a good mouthful in.
Have you had this
Oh,
before,
you
Ben?
certainly got it.
Have you had this before?
I did, yes.
let's
I
get it.
actually
Have you heard
got.
about this?
Actually,
We're gonna start with you.
I'm gonna give it probably a 4 or 5.
4 or
A
5.
4. Jesus, that's quick.
Because
That's
seriously,
my beard.
like this is just a solid double dry hopped, American pale ale, 7%. It's a sneaky bastard when it comes to it, and it really has a lot of like that nice flavors, like that citrus and all that, like how like a New England style would be, but it's an American pale ale.
Yeah.
I think it's delightful.
There's a lot of hoppings in this.
Yeah.
lot of hopping.
A lot of hoppings.
Yeah, I
And there's
enjoy it.
There's actually.
I
a
want the
little-
tits now, 500 Trebek.
The penis mightier.
indoors. What did you wager? I heart boobs.
I'll take 4 for 500. That's
What
it
about
is.
you, Burt Reynolds? It's not my name.
It's a big hat.
It's
funny.
Terry
It's a
Ferguson.
big hat.
It's what did you wager, Terry Ferguson? I didn't wager at all. I don't care.
And your answer below. How much did you wager? Me.
Below me.
Below me. I'm just afraid I don't get it. I bet you don't, Trebek.
Your mother got out last night.
Yeah. The penis might call it what you will, Trebek, but does it work?
Yeah. So Pizza Boy made a beer called the Penis Mighty, or the Pen is Mighty.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
I actually have one more can.
And it was
I should have
made.
brought it for
It
you
was
guys.
made with gummy dicks. You know how you can send somebody as a prank a bag of dicks.
Yep.
So they ordered the
Dude's like,
dicks
oh, yeah.
and made beer out
Dude,
of it.
I've totally eaten
Fuck
gummy
yeah.
dicks before, and they honestly, I'll shout out to Superbad.
They taste
all,
so good, don't they?
All the best foods are shaped like dicks.
They are.
Let's be
Yeah.
real
Oh,
about
yeah.
them.
They really
Let's
are.
be real about it. All the best foods are shaped like dicks.
People.
hot dogs in my mouth
And they're
right now.
delicious.
Oh my god.
No, this beer's good though.
I feel a little warm.
Well, all right, where are you at with it? Since you already talked, you're talking, so I'm throwing it to you.
Oh, he's got the ball.
Yeah, you haven't been the first to give your. Well, I guess Ben was first, but
Ben doesn't count.
Ben's our big
That's
boy.
right.
You know, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 because it has a lot of familiar flavors, but there's like a little bit of bitterness to it that you don't really get with this style, and I kind of appreciate that.
Okay.
Get a little bit of that hop flavor.
Dan, where are you at?
I dig it. This is kind of what I would expect from Tired Hands. Shout out to my boy Jess Reeves. Shout out.
yeah.
He is our head brewer at Industrial Arts. He used to work at Tired Hands.
He was on our podcast once.
He was.
Sleepy
You stole 'em.
fingers.
You stole them. Well, you guys, you're the Industrial Arts episode with. I have a brain fart. What's her name?
Sophia.
She was delightful to listen
Sophia
to.
Paparesco.
Yeah, she was
Miss her.
fun.
She's no longer with the company.
Really?
Oh.
It's sad.
It's a bummer.
I felt bad too because she's like, "Yeah, I'd go to Brazil." I'm just like, "I have so many questions. Are you ready for them now?" But she gave me all the answers I wanted to. I'm just like, Jesus.
She was very insightful when it came to beer. As someone who's
Yeah.
not like doesn't know the works of the beers, and just hearing her story of how she kind of created craft beer, like in her area of Brazil, and how she had to do all the loopholes to make everything work. Like, she's. I mean, it's a shame that she's no longer with the company, but she was delightful listening to the podcast.
Shout out to Sophia.
Sophia.
Sophia. For real though, she was
Sophia
awesome.
Paparesco.
She was a lot of fun. I'd
Shame.
love to have her back on the podcast. You know,
Well,
whatever
she
she
lives
is.
in Kingston now, so
Wait, she lives up by
really?
us,
Yep.
Kingston.
no, Kingston, New York.
Oh, I thought it was like Kingston, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, there's
About,
there's a
about
Kingston,
40
PA.
minutes
I
south
was
of
like,
here.
hey, Sophia, if you want to join the podcast.
Yeah, I don't know. I assume she would have moved down to Brooklyn with her boyfriend, but I don't know what decided her to move to.
Fuck it.
Kingston.
Her and her boy toy can come on up.
Yeah,
We'll
I
drink
don't
some
know if I
beers.
should be saying this such
Is that the dude
information,
from
but
Threes?
yeah,
Still? Okay.
She,
Yeah.
but realistically, she was fantastic, and
no, she is. She's a super awesome person. So,
yeah,
yeah, I miss seeing her. So
Yes, she was very
Yeah.
lovely.
And she promised that she would take Kim and I to Brazil with her.
Cute.
all expenses paid.
I have a family member who lives in Brazil.
Yeah?
Yes, he was a foreign exchange student. He came and lived with our family, and he went back. And I'm like, man, I'd love to come see you. He goes, don't come here.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible. Don't come here.
Yeah, and
Where,
that's
where in Brazil is he?
He's not too far from from capital city.
Brasilia?
Yeah, so, and he's like, it's crime ridden. He goes, I can't even take you where you probably want to
Yeah.
go because it's terrible. He goes, I'm trying to get out. Don't come to Brazil.
See, the funny thing is, like, for me, like, a lot of people who are going to want to travel and go to these places are going to want to go to those big cities.
You
yada,
want to go to
yada.
the jungle.
No, I want the Amazon rainforest, baby. I want to spend the entire time and not seeing
Licking
people.
frogs. And,
Dude, hey, Suriname cane toads, let's go. You can just squirt out of the parotid gland because they.
I started him up. I set the
You go to
volleyball,
them,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
spiked
He's
it.
fucking spiking it hard now.
But here's the thing: Suriname cane toads, right? It's one of the largest frog species on the planet. In the parotid glands, which are big glands in the back of the head, behind the eyes, when they feel threatened or they're being attacked, they start produce. It contains toxins, and they have pores, and it looks like when you pop a whitehead or a blackhead on your nose,
Oh,
and the
shit,
white goo
yeah.
comes out. That's what it looks like.
So if something eats it gets it on their mouth.
Yeah, and it's extremely toxic. Like, it can kill dogs very, very easily.
Wow.
It's very, very. It can kill humans, though that's very rare. But it can. It has the potential to. But in the bufotoxins, within the concoction of that, is a little something called 5-MeO DMT, which is one of the strongest hallucinogens on the planet.
Make you see aliens.
Yes. So, I mean, essentially, I'm just going to say, theoretically, you can harvest this by just, like, literally squeezing the parotid glands like you're popping a pimple.
Dry it out.
Squirt the toxins onto a piece of glass. Dry it out until it gets into crystal form. Scrape it off, put it in a bowl, and smoke it and trip out.
Yeah. We both may listen to Joe Rogan podcast.
Well, a lot of that's it's not from the Suriname cane toad, but it's actually from the Sonoran desert toad.
When are you going to go to the Congo and look for the Brontosaurus?
No. Listen, dinosaurs are still alive, but not in the form that we want.
Yeah,
them
they're
to
all
be.
living in your room over here.
No.
They
They're
have
birds.
wings now.
They're birds.
Oh, you're
dude.
going with the Jurassic Park thing that they're birds?
They are birds.
Oh,
They're those are.
I believe you.
Those are extant avian dinosaurs.
Tony,
A lot of old school.
Don't fight it.
A lot of old school guys are gonna be like, no, they're not. No, they're not.
Can we get a photo of you like Jeff Goldblum with your shirt off or like that?
So, all right. So going back to Suriname cane toads, I had one for a brief period. And
Hypnotoad.
Hypnotoad. I found a home for it. She was 11 inches snout to
Did you
vent.
though?
Okay, 11 inches. So from the tip of her nose to where
And when she left
to
here, she
her
had
cloaca
none of her
was
poison
11
left.
inches. No. I didn't do nothing like that. But she was a big old girl, right? I wanted nothing more but to do a photo shoot where it was me naked, laying down like this, like so my pelvic region, my pubic region would be like kind
Toad.
of facing up
Your
and
dick.
towards the camera, but it would be covered in night crawlers. Like I was wearing like a night crawler bikini, just like a giant mound of night crawlers, and then having Hypnotoad on my chest, like ready to go fucking to town on those night crawlers, and me being like
That would have been a fantastic thing.
looking sexy, like Jeff Goldblum, like looking into the
I have
camera.
a pretty fancy camera. We could take some photos later.
And honestly, I am if I was to die and on my deathbed, I was like, "Do you have any regrets, Daniel?" I'm
That's
gonna
it.
be like,
That's the
"I
one.
never had a photo shoot with a giant cane toad on my fucking beer gut while I wore nothing but a thong of night crawlers and looked sexy into the camera. God damn it!"
I
My life has
lost.
been meaningless.
I lost track. Who needs to score this beer?
I'm gonna.
Josh just scored it. I scored it.
I'm gonna give it a
I don't even
3.25.
remember what I scored it.
I'm giving it a 3.25.
I don't know if I scored it, but 3.75.
I don't remember. I think
3.25.
3.5. I gave it. I think.
Yeah.
So we're all pretty,
we're on the ballpark
yeah,
for it.
Perfect. Beautiful.
I'm sorry, I derailed with the
that's
the
fine.
cane toad.
That's
and
funny.
The,
That's
the,
funny. No, it was
the
pretty
nightcrawler
funny.
thong.
All right.
It's like a-
here's
like
the
a-
IPA, something we can all agree on.
It's like a Chris Farley like reptile.
100%,
version.
yeah.
Grab the
That's
next one
pretty
out.
corny. Oh, I do. I have the next one. It's gonna be Rusty Rails, Heatwave, Ancho Chili Ale.
I'm scared.
Ooh. Rusty.
This is one of two heat beers tonight. We said we're bringing the heat. This one was
We're not
was
joking around.
This one was a last minute addition. We stopped at the courthouse in Frackville, and we grabbed this one.
They sell beer at the courthouse?
We have
Yeah, they call it
we have a
court
place
as in,
called
like,
the courthouse.
Handle, yeah.
Must be nice to get arrested there.
It's awesome. It happens all. Actually, someone drove their car through the building one time.
Classic, instant classic.
Classic.
Courthouse, yeah. So Heatwave is a Rusty Rail Brewing Company brew. It is a chili beer clocking in at 5% alcohol by volume from Mifflinburg, PA. Slightly sweet, light-bodied ale with hints of smoky pepper flavor and a kiss of heat.
A kiss of
Kiss
heat.
of heat, like a peck
Ooh,
or like
little-
a tongue?
like a
tongue.
little-
I think we're going with a peck.
I feel like I need a good kiss right now.
I'll kiss you, baby.
Okay. Let's do it for
Not,
the camera.
no really heat off the. Are you putting the lid back on? Because these are getting really warm.
Oh, there it is. Right in the back of the fucking throat.
And I said I got some Frigiators. We have electric up here in North Country, guys.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it does.
Up here in the North Country. We
Yeah,
have
It does. It
electricity.
does get you not a lot, but it gets a little tingly in the back.
Yeah.
So Rusty Rail is a brewery that another one I feel like in Pennsylvania this is a heavy hitter. This is very readily available, and they make some bangers, man. I'm actually a big fan of Rusty Rail. I like what they do, and they're out of are they in Philly or right outside
Mifflinburg.
right outside of Philly?
Where? What?
Rusty Rail.
Rusty Rail. They're in Mifflinburg.
Philadelphia.
They're like more like State College area, like Central
okay.
PA.
I'm thinking. Who am I thinking? Victory.
Yeah,
they're-
that's
they're
more.
in
Yeah,
Philly,
that's
yeah.
like Westchester, like roughly around there.
That heat lingers.
It does. You know, it's like what is it? Rusted root.
Yeah.
Right?
Rusty Rail.
Rusty
On my
Rail.
way. On my way.
Oh
All I can remember is
this is
Matilda
weird.
on
It's
that.
it's kind of like a flaming hot Dorito.
Ooh, it hangs out. It hangs out in the chest.
Like it's. I actually didn't.
I'm the worst person to
I
ask
didn't.
anything for hot.
I didn't expect this to actually be as enjoyable for me as
It's
it
not
is.
heaty as it is peppery.
No, it's well. So I had this beer from Plan B, right? Shout out to Plan B.
Shout
and
out.
It was a
Oh,
pepper. What was it called?
Pepper.
Yeah, it was like a peppered ale, but it tasted like peppered ham. It tasted like eating meat, but drinking
I
it.
listened to that episode.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, as weird as that fucking sounds, delicious. it was weird. Like I wouldn't go out of my way to like find it again, but somebody handed it to me. It's like, hey man, you like ham? I'd be like, dude, I love ham. Look at me. Like, of course I love ham.
Here's ham in a can.
And it's just like I drink it, and it's like, oh, that's ham. This is like weird. Like it's not cheesy, but it has like an essence of like flaming hot Doritos.
and it is a little sweet too.
Yeah, it's
It's a sweet I don't know. It's like a sweet. It's not. I don't want to say like it's an IPA because there's no hop to it or anything. It's like a crushable beer, and you like when you drink it, you're like, oh, there's not really much flavor. It's like a easy crushable beer, and then you let it sit for a second. You're like, oh, my chest hurt. My chest has a little burn to it.
Yeah.
no, it's
The more I drink it, the more I enjoy it.
yeah,
At first, I was just kind of like,
yeah.
It's a good heat though.
I agree. And now I'm just like, you know
But now
what?
I'm like,
I can
huh.
drink a little more of this.
I'll go a little bit of a deeper cut. Andy Cap's hot fries. It's like an Andy Cap's hot fries
I
beer.
fucking
Is
love
that
those.
that shit that it comes in the bags,
It's like
right?
a
yeah,
blue
it's
bag with that
you know
fucking
the
drunk
guy
Irish
with like
dude.
the
Yeah. And like it's like a blue bag or whatever.
yeah, and he's like popping in like couple fries in his mouth.
I was like, it's a blue bag with a fucking drunk Irish dude. You're like, oh, it's like a blue bag, huh?
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, no.
I'm wearing these, and if you're looking at Mr. Buyer, then how the fuck am I gonna know?
I was looking at you when I said
This
it.
is what I got to deal with.
you got to get in there.
He's so soft. He's so soft spoken. That
I
young
know.
Joshua
See
of ours.
how high I have him cranked over
Yeah. Would you like me to project more, sir?
here. Yes, bring it. Say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Start it in your balls, through your
Yeah.
gut, into your chest, and out your goddamn mouth hole.
At my pee hole, maybe.
I love pee holes.
I know
Nope.
you do.
They're great. I mean, how else are you gonna get rid of your nitrogenous waste?
While you're there, what do you think of this beer? Let's score it.
Okay. Again, not something I'm gonna go out of my way to have. But something that pleasantly surprised me.
Yeah, absolutely. Same here.
I give it 2.75.
I've never had this beer. So we on the way here, we're like, oh, here's a Rusty Rail. This would be a cool PA brewer to bring. And we seen it there, and we're like, it'd be maybe fun to try like a chili style beer. So we grabbed it. So this is one that we didn't have before.
Yeah, 2.75 all day. And like again, that sounds like it's low.
Yeah.
But it's really not.
No.
Yeah.
Josh.
I like how you got to explain every time when you give it like a 2.5 or a
Sorry.
2.7.
Like,
Be like,
I
listen,
can't
I
help
know
it.
it sounds like it's low. Not you, like specifically, but just in general. I think I was thinking the same thing. I was originally going to go with a 2.5, but because after a while, I enjoyed it a little bit more after drinking it. I think a 2.75 is where I'm gonna go as well.
I love that it gives like the closed captioning or the subtitles when we talk about it. It's pretty awesome.
How much of a delay is there on the
Penis.
video? Do you know?
A couple seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think I was on my phone that much, but every time I look at the video, I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Trying not to be that guy.
What's your score on this one, Dan?
All right, look. I'm not a big fan of peppers in beer. Don't dig it. Sometimes it can be okay in the stout.
Sorry,
but
I'm going crazy.
some of the worst beers I've had have been stout with peppers in them. I've had some decent ones too. Don't get me wrong. This does remind me of Pepper from Plan B, which I fucking hate.
I mean, it was like a cured ham, dude. It was
Oh
so
my
good.
God.
Like I listened to that podcast when I was in California because you did it without me.
Yep.
Which is fine. I was out of town.
We had Baby Boy around.
We had Baby Boy. And I was driving around going to Modern Times Brewery in San Diego with Jordan. We were listening to that.
That's my brother is right now is in San Diego.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jordan. Anyway.
Yeah, shout out to Fudgy, for sure.
Fudgy.
That's my, like, pet name for her.
Oh,
For
that's so
many,
cute.
since, like, 11th, 12th grade.
She's totally whale-like. So
I was gonna say, is it because she shit her pants, or is it because she's like Fudgy the whale?
Dude, I couldn't even tell. I called her Fudge Cups for like the longest time. Jordan, if you're listening, I fucking hope you're blushing and like being super embarrassed right now. But like,
Did she really shit her pants?
no, she never shit her pants. No.
Well, I'm sure at one point in time.
I mean, I'm
fucking hammer
sure, I'm
guts.
sure every human has shit their pants
Real
at some
quick, real
point.
quick. Does anyone here at the table have a really good shit their pants story?
Oh,
Tony looks
I have
at
a-
me like I'm
we'll,
like,
we'll get there. We all have one.
I have a
so.
Oh
few.
my
Okay,
God.
like Jesus
I have a
Christ.
few.
I'm a fucking man. Of
From
course
last
I do.
week.
Jesus,
Yeah,
look at
all
me.
men shit their pants.
It's
from
like,
time to
hey,
time.
remember, it's like, hey, bud, you like ham? Yeah. Have you looked at me? Of course I fucking like ham. It's like, hey, man, you ever shit your pants? Have you looked at me? Of course I've shit my pants before.
Clearly, I have gastrointestinal distress on a regular basis. So yes.
But the thing is, like, I haven't shit my pants in like literally like a decade or more.
Yeah, same
And
here.
You need to step your game up.
so it's just like, dude, but a decade or more, I was actually in really good fucking shape back then.
now,
It's like, why am I shitting my pants?
Do we consider a shit your pants?
We can.
If there's
Yeah.
brown in the undies,
Yeah,
it's shit your pants.
if
for
you
sure.
have to fucking throw your underwear away because of it, then yeah.
Then
Oh yeah.
and then within 2020, I have shit my pants.
That's
Nice.
fine. That's fine.
Your boy got sick.
honor
you know?
within
Hey, we
within
all,
5 years.
We're all letting shit slide in 2020.
Yeah,
all right?
yeah.
You got it.
You gotta let it
You
slide.
got it.
Actually,
Yeah.
can you guys move the propel and make a lineup here for us if you don't mind?
For fuck's sake.
What's your score in this one?
2.
Two.
Look,
Kaboo.
this is something I would order if I went to the brewery out of sheer morbid curiosity, and I would struggle to finish it. Like if
Okay.
I ordered a full 16-ounce pint, I would drink it, but I wouldn't be happy about it.
Yeah.
Totally get
That-
you. on
that-
that.
Sorry, but not my jam.
I kind of am agreeing. I almost want to adjust my score because I'm actually
Don't
tired
you
of.
fucking do it.
No, I'm tired of drinking it now. I'm just like,
I'm over it.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
shit.
oh my goodness.
We're
Oh
cutting.
my damn. Oh my goodness.
They
We're
going ham.
That's how you get rid of beer if you don't like it.
Just throw it.
Do you need
The World of
a moi-
Warcraft
a
mouse
moist
gets
towelette?
drenched in beer.
That's good for it.
It seems
Okay,
worse.
as
My
long as
face
you're-
probably when it happened was funnier. Yeah, I honestly I think it's very refreshing. The heat, I don't mind the little heat that hangs out. I gave it 3.75. Maybe
Damn.
only because I was surprised by I thought I was gonna really hate it because of the style.
I mean,
Okay.
I thought it.
Fair.
I thought it was going to as well, and I
Yeah.
was pleasantly surprised. But it's not my kind of beer.
Yeah.
It's
Ben,
not
what's
up your
what's your
alley.
score?
I gave it a 3.25. I said it was a nice heat beer. Like if you wanted just a little something, it's more one of those curious brews when it comes to it. Like
Curious brew.
you're like, hey, let's put some capsaicin in a beer. All right, cool. Just
All right,
a
so
little bit of that
shout out to
heat.
capsaicin.
Good. Shout out
here's-
to that.
Here's what we're gonna do here. We
Capsaicin's
do have
listening right
a few more beers here in the cooler. We are hitting
Oh,
the
boy.
2-hour mark. So what we're
Sure,
gonna do is we're gonna go through how we normally end our show. We're gonna cut this episode, but here for the people behind the scenes here, we're just gonna keep drinking the beers we have and clear the table off and start like as if we're doing another
Like a
episode.
fresh.
Sure.
And we'll air it and then you guys won't be able to watch it live. We're gonna do it tomorrow. We'll put it up for you guys to watch. Sound good? So what we're gonna do
Sure.
is, I know it's tough to kind of because I feel if we keep adding, it's gonna be tough to recall your previous beers.
Yeah.
So what we do here is we're gonna do the beer of the night.
Like wave 1.
Yep.
Then
All
we're
right.
gonna do wave 2.
So we'll start with you. You just whatever can you like, you move it
just
up one
move
spot.
it one can
You're already
length up.
there. So you're moving the custardy. All right,
All right.
Dan. What would be your beer of the
Ooh.
night?
Man, honestly, I forgot what I gave after these beers. And that custody was good, but I think I might do. You know what? Fuck it.
The Wild Elf.
Trogs.
Wow. What about you, Uncle Dan?
Wowie.
What is the purple can?
Purple
That's the
Cat's
Alien
Double
Church.
Dry Hop Alien Church.
Okay. God damn, this is hard. So I have to remember now. I got to recall.
No.
And the only thing that I see is like the wild mink staring me in the face, like you want me.
But you know it's the
do.
custardy though. It's the custody. He
it-
said custardy, so we'll move
No,
that one.
hold up, dog.
You like that one more than you liked anything else.
The mink, you did appreciate the label, but as a style, you
Yeah.
said you
No,
weren't.
no, 100%. And I honestly, I unfortunately have to agree with Joshua. Custardy has my vote.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we're going to do a little curveball tonight. Me and Ben are not going to vote. We're not going to participate in the beer of the night for this episode
Whoa, I didn't even know that.
because we are
Wow.
bringing the PA beers, and the New York guys are going to vote for what they thought was the beer of the night when it comes to episode 1 for PA. So
Okay.
you guys have voted Tattered Flag,
Oh, shit.
Pennsylvania, Tattered Flag with the Pillar collaboration. Now we'll slide this back. This is number 1. Now the rules to this game is you cannot vote for the same beer twice. So obviously this was your number 1. This cannot be in your lineup for number 2. So if you'd like to start us off for your number 2 beer of the night.
Ooh, number 2 beer.
I really like the tension here.
Yeah, it's
I can go.
tough. You know what? We're doing Black is Beautiful.
Black is beautiful. All right, Josh. Mellow Mink.
Wow, that was no hesitation whatsoever.
I like it.
Master Buyer, would you move the Black is Beautiful up another notch?
Black is beautiful.
Wow,
This is
second
number
place.
two.
Good job,
Second
guys.
place. Third place beer. And this,
Oh,
this
I'll place it back a little bit then.
well, no, that's second place. That wins.
Yeah, that, so
we'll
just
go back to lineup.
Oh my
For
god.
fuck's sake,
Ben's
Ben.
punching the
my
beers.
goodness.
I'm like,
Oh my
We'll start.
damn.
We'll start with you, Uncle Dan. What's your What's your third place?
I'm honestly, I'm going to go with Ye Old Cloud Comet.
Okay,
ooh, cloudy Comet.
Evergreen.
Wow.
Josh. The Fonz.
Defons.
Oh,
Ooh, so,
So we got a tie.
if you couldn't vote for the one you voted for, what would you go with?
The Mink.
Josh.
Mink.
All right, Mink's gonna get third
That's
place.
it.
Now here's the cool thing about this: Pillaroo's our buddies. We did an episode with Harris, and we did an episode with Mellow Mink. So all 3 connections to the podcast. So
Wow.
they did some things here.
Awesome
So that was
stuff.
voted by the It's Just Beer podcast guys. We had no sway in any of these votes. So
we just brought a whole bunch of beer.
Ben actually, he talked to me behind the scenes. He's like, "Yo, vote for these." I'll give you-"
actually, if you don't mind sliding that comment up real quick.
What would you guys have voted for your?
For me, number 1,
Just out of curiosity.
my number 1 would have been Black is Beautiful.
Okay.
My number 2 would have been Mellow Mink Barrel Aged Janet Weiss. And my number 3 would have been Blueberry Custard.
Okay.
Oh boy, mine. Well, I'll just give you my 3 just in general because just doing them. I definitely like the Black is Beautiful. That would be number 1. Number 2 would be the Janet Weiss, and I like the Wild Elf.
Okay.
Number
The
3.
Wild Elf aged
God damn.
amazingly.
That was excellent.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
We can flip these around.
I'm just taking some pictures for photo evidence.
So that'll do it
Picture didn't
for
happen.
this episode of Bangin' Beers podcast. We will come back to you guys, not live, but we will air this next episode tomorrow for you guys. We're gonna cut the cameras off, and we're gonna record part 2 and do the second half of the PA
Yes.
Breweries here tonight, and then we'll air it tomorrow.
That's fucking great.
Sound awesome?
You know what?
Yeah.
You guys have been sexy.
Yeah,
I love all
yeah.
of you.
You guys have been all right.
So that'll do it. Bangin' Beers podcast. We'll see you guys next time. We're out of here.
Bye.